Yeah, okay. All right. We powered through. Lunch. Just got home. Oh, boy. Hi, Hazel. Hi. Doing a quick sound check so you can hear yourself. All right. We powered through. Lunch. Sounds good. Oh, my God. Yeah, I left work like 30 minutes ago, got home, fed this puppy, let her outside, gave her a little treat, and got the stream set up, got challenge set up, got the maps in, and we are literally starting now-ish. So let's flip this shit over. We technically still have 1 minute of check-in, so I won't rush it, but I think one player is not. Yes. Okay. Answering some messages. Cool. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. You guys are looking at the bracket. Okay. And it is 12 o'clock noon. Refresh one more time. Process checking results, quote unquote, early. You guys can see this, right? Yep. And as usual, we'll do the shuffling on stream so no one thinks anything is strange. 1, 2, 3. Now let's make sure no clans are fighting each other. Deadly Bunnies versus Random Nicks. Those are both LS. Uncle Benjamin isn't LS. No, he's GGX. Okay. So I need to get the LS people away. I want to save Deadly Bunnies from Random Nicks. But I don't want to doom Kiara or Rinless to that fate. So let's take Rinless. Rinless can fight Spartan. And then I'll go fight Random Nicks. And Kiara can fight Deadly Bunnies. There. We broke up the clans, and I didn't willingly shove anybody into Random Nicks to be pulped. Now I will be destroyed. Alright. I can tell people it's live. While I explain stuff to stream. Alright. So we have Random Nicks. He's going to beat us, and then I can focus on casting. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Alright. So. Hey, Random. How you doing? Lord Catterchen's eh? Spartan, you don't want to play Random Nicks? I got you, dude. I got you. I'll fight him. So, I have some stuff to show you, don't I? Okay. We'll start loading up the game. So what the fuck is the Vermin League, you might be wondering? It's a land battle league I have going on. Streaming software, cooperate. Very well. I will do this then. Aha! Fuck you, streaming software. I win eventually. Here's the current standings in the Vermin League. This is not actually the thing I was looking for, though, because it doesn't explain what the hell the Vermin League is. I was looking for this one. There we go. Vermin League is just on my Discord. You can play some land battle games. It's kind of chill. Best of 3. Stuff like that. Same as the Ent Ladder of old, but a little more chill in the vibes. That light is dark as shit. Anyway, if you play games on my Discord, if you win or lose, you get points. You just get more points if you win. That's fine. So it literally doesn't hurt you to play at all. If you play a tournament like we have today, you have to do nothing special. You just play in the tournament, and after all this is done and the stream is shut down, I'll go back through and I'll be like, Deadly Bunnies won a round, he lost a round, he gets 5 points. Random Nicks won the whole tournament, so he won a round, and won the tournament, so he gets 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 13. He gets 25 points. Yada yada points. Who gives a shit about points, human boy? What are these points? Well, you don't even have to care, but I do have an Excel spreadsheet with everybody's points, and these percentage brackets put you as a Grey Seer, a Chieftain, a Storm Vermin, a Clan Rat, and a Skaven Slave at the end of the season, which I will announce shortly, but it's going to be after like 4 or 5 tournaments. I'll have a special invitational tournament with the prize pool you see to the left of the name. So like Grey Seers are fighting for $100, Storm Vermin are fighting for 20, that kind of thing. And I'll only invite people who are in that league. So if the Grey Seers are like 3 people, I'll just hit them up and I'll say, hey, you 3, there's $100 in the line, you want to fucking do this? And if one of them says I can't make it that day, then we just have 2 people fight for $100. It is what it is. Alright, simple. Mostly what you need to know is land battle fun times. And I needed to switch to something with a scorecard, so here we are. Which means I also have to get Warhammer 3 back up. Boom. Boom. Alright, Random Nix should have a lobby for me by now. Random Nix, there he is. 1, 2, 3. Boom. I will not be putting up a screen blocker. If Random Nix wants to cheat, then he can cheat. He'll just know that he's a piece of garbage as a person, but it's whatever. If I get knocked out, it's fine. I don't give a shit. I would prefer he don't cheat, but it's okay. I'd rather talk to the stream about my builds and stuff and fill the time than just have a blocker and talk about nothing. My first pick, huh? Cathay, ban Khorne. I don't feel like fighting Khorne. How's chat doing? Savage Gar's here. Good luck on this Random Nix. Thanks, Friendless. Thanks. My parents say you're a bad influence. They're right, but what did I do? I solemnly swear to turn off the stream. Thanks. Chieftain rank's the real gold mine. You can avoid sweaty players, but still a nice prize pool. Oh, Random Nix. We love Random Nix. Cathay Mirror. Okay. He said Cathay Mirror. Let's go. Random Nix is a pretty funny guy. Since I'm in the game, it's going to automatically make me left, even though I'm currently in the right person slot. And I have to hurry up because he's already ready. Alright. 0-0. I think I have a build for this. Cathay versus... Nope, I don't have a Cathay. So... slam one out real quick. We'll go red Cathay. Let's go Zhao Ming. Final Transmutation. And Dragon's Breath. That's fine otherwise. I have the Dragon's Breath, so I don't really need an Astromancer. Let's get 4 cannons. Let's get some Jade Warrior's Crossbow Shield, backed up by just peasants. And we have a fuck ton of lads. Sure! Why not? Let's go. Random Nix is taking my idea. I planned on staying in Chieftain rank for the easy win. For the easy W. I mean, fair enough. That's what you want to do. Base build, big ups. It was a rushed build. It was a rushed build. We'll see. I'm hoping if he has, like, a character blob I can't deal with, Zhao Ming can just final transit down to death. Otherwise, quad cannon. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. I outnumber him, which is a little concerning. What up? Oh god, I've said your name before on stream and I don't think I got it right. I'm gonna go with Kresimir. Kresimir. Yeah, whatever. Let me know how close I was. What are we doing? Guard mode, formation mode off. Too little artillery? Yeah, I was on a diet today. No artillery. I will try to deploy away from the white line. That can prove difficult on these small maps. So, how are sight lines? Let's do that. That's probably the best sightline we're going to get. So we'll have one cannon up on the hill, we'll have 3 in the low ground, but at least they can see stuff. We have crossbows. Cathay doesn't have really good wind spells, so I guess a long, thin formation might be best. Peasant archers behind the Jade Warriors crossbows because they have shields. And then let's also put Jade Warriors up front. It's sometimes hard to decide between peasants up front because they have expendable or Jade Warriors, but with Cathay, specifically, they're going to be shooting my front line a lot, most likely, so I want the shields. Okay, I have very little defense for cavalry. I acknowledge that. And I'm not a big fan. So we have to go a little bit tighter. So we can divert some units. Alright, yeah. We'll just end up being weak to cavalry. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ooh, boom boom cows? Hell yeah, dude. Boom boom cows. Ready, ready. Good luck. Have fun. Let's dance. So he also has 4 cannons. That's pretty exciting. I don't want to move up into the range of his cannons without my cannons, so actually back off, back off. Everybody besides the cannons, move up. Because cannons are already moving up. I don't really want to double their orders. We do have a foot hero squad, which I'm excited to final trans a little bit later. So it's 4 cannons versus 4 cannons. Got it. Oh, alright. She just appeared. I forgot she could go invisible. She deleted an entire cannon already. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we want to move up. Because we already lost the cannons, so we're not going to win the cannon fight, you know, 3v4. Storm of Shadows, okay. It's pretty fine. It's upsetting how quickly that lady killed those cannons. I feel like his lord's gonna take a lot of damage if she lands here. Summoning a Celestial Dragon Guard. Okay. It's a lot of Winds of Magic getting burned this early, and now she has to run through Archer Fire. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. She is taking out my cannons, but it feels very expensive. Fuck, I got the cannon bug, so I can't get back on those mounts. Okay. These cannons can get back on their mounts, so that's good. These lords taking about half health. Okay. One cannon's back online, start shooting. This cannon rallied, but it also has the bug. Can you get on their cannons? No. Okay, so 2 of my cannon crews are entirely dead. There's another Storm of Shadows from the Invisible Lady, which is very, very annoying. That's fine. I mean, you guys could try and turn and get a couple free shots on that lady. Really sucks these cannon crews are already useless, though. Try and kill the lady. If we can lower their leadership, that'd be very good. Meanwhile, Dragon go deal with all their cannons. Why aren't you idiots turning and firing? Okay, there's more Celestial Dragon Guard. Burn both of their summons. And these archers are being idiots, which is pretty cool. Right over here. Yeah, archer responsiveness is definitely fucking us on this one, and all 3 of my cannons that got knocked off have the cannon bug. Alright. Oh boy, what I wouldn't give for responsive ranged units. Hey, shoot that lady that's on the ground and very squishy. What if he turns sideways? Don't shoot and stand around. That's not exactly the same thing. It's not quite as good. Okay, try and save that. All 4 of my cannons are bugged at this point, making them all worthless. Oh, hold on, that's a clump. Clump. Yeah, that's GG. Oof. Fuck bugs, dude. Fuck bugs. Yeah. That's pretty sad. I hate when formations are turning around instead of just every model doing a 180 turn. Yeah. It would have been a little different as if every time your lord landed, I could shoot it to death. All right. It's his pick for game 2. Xiaoming was a little too expensive for what we needed. What's the cooldown on that celestial thing? 2 minutes. Wait, that isn't what was making her invisible, was it? What was making her invisible? Cloak of Jet. Damn. Alright, random mix going Kislev banning ogres. Kislev banning ogres. I feel like I had some builds I was liking. What is this? Yeah, let's go Slaanesh, sure. We'll go Slaanesh. So there was something I was really liking about Slaanesh. Scrap this build. Fuck this build. I've been really liking Exalted Keepers recently. Keep Pit of Shades, keep Enfeebling Foe, get rid of the rest, minus melee attacks fine, Soul Siphon. If leadership is wavering or lower. Does that even apply to Kislev? Because their lore passive... Not lore passive. Their passive just makes them, like, unbreakable, so their leadership wouldn't be low. So this Mortis engine would only apply very briefly. But I guess it's only 100 gold, so I'll keep it. Healing off of low leadership units. Again? Okay, it's only 100, I'll keep it, but that's going to be hard to find. I really like the Seductive Glory thing, though. It's mostly for Pit of Shade, Seductive Glory, and then a pretty good duelist. Aside from that, get some spears. Get some demonettes. I think do Zargard do magic damage? I don't think they do. So demonettes would do okay. Fiends. When they pop their passive, they're still wavering. Oh, goody. Goody, goody, goody. I could try Fiends. I haven't really done too much fiending about. This army's very expensive, though. Heartseekers exist. Furies exist, but to what end? I remember I hated taking them last time because I thought they could actually block things, and they just don't. So never mind. Fuck Furies. Furies are the worst. And Hellstriders will do okay against Cav and Chariots. Demonettes do okay against Sarguard. Spears are there for stuff, to catch Chariots and stuff. I mean, they could. Also, 4 Hellstriders can catch Chariots. Pretty okay. I'm a little worried about the big MacGuffins. Is a cultist worth it? Yeah, cultist is okay. Whip dudes, they're sticky as fuck. I'm gonna try a few. I need to save 50 gold. I'll get 1 basic marauder. Sure. We'll try it. Ugh. Still salty about that game 1. Fucking... a long mage just sprinting around the map, being invisible half the time, and then like insta-killing some cannons, and summoning 2 big summons right on top of my lines, back to back, and never running out of mana, just running around. Salt. The salt. Okay. Very, very similar army counts. Just throw the whip dudes at the Zargard. I mean, I'll have to. Doesn't mean they're gonna kill the Zargard, though.
Demonette of Slaanesh.
So we have Fiends, along with some Hellstriders. We have a Cultist, and we have Exalted Keeper. Okay. I need to back these guys up more because they're going to catch up to Marauders pretty quickly. Ready whenever. Though seeing as how his troop count isn't like 300, it's not the double bear blob. Though I guess double bear is banned nowadays, but still. We got a salty rat here, folks. It's not shocking. It's not shocking. Hi, Hazel Basil. Hi, Hazel Basil. Hazel Basil, stinky butt. It's not salty, it's well-preserved. I'm a well-preserved rat. Alright, Randomnick says, let's go, let's go. Wide Kislev with 2 heavy war sleds. A shit ton of Kossars. Kossars are spears, armored Kossars, and then we do have a Witch of Ice. Okay. That's pretty alright. I'm bringing my cavalry in a little bit to try and punish the war sleds if they get over aggressive. We'll see. This slowing aura is going to be annoying for me. Try and dodge these things. Oh my god, it's just so many ranged units. Okay. Try and move up. Try and move up. We're all getting shot. We're all getting shot. We're all getting shot. 4. 4, yeah. I think we're pretty doomed. When our Cav is also going to lose to his ranged units, then we're super mega fucked. So we already lost this game. Pretty bad.
guided by hunger.
I am irresistible.
Retreating.
Yep. Ran them straight into that pet of shades as well.
Bring us
Whoops.
souls.
Whoops. Okay. So you can do something like that. You can try to charge over here for all that it matters. You can try to charge over here for all that it matters. And we're not able to kill the heavy war sleds. We're already super behind on the balance of power. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Darkling majesty.
Yep, we're fucked. That's that.
And depravity.
GG. Oh, that feels like a really bad matchup. Oh boy. I need to ask him if that's like the worst matchup. Is that a bad matchup these days? Or am I just bad? It felt like I couldn't do anything. Because, like, walking up, you're going to get shot. But if you don't walk up, you're going to get shot. / chariot cycle charge / kited. And then on the flanks, I just lose. Oh, boy. Yeah. But, like, an unfortunate army comp and you're doomed is one thing. But, like, I'm trying to think through how I could have won that. And I'm coming up short. Because even if I know that exact build is coming, what can I take different? I mean... yeah, what can you do? Your chariots suck compared to Kislev chariots. They don't do much damage. I mean, his exposed flanks withstood your tools to compromise flanks. Yeah, that's my point, though, is when you can take archers with spears, that I even got some flank attacks on, it just didn't do any damage. It's pretty... it feels pretty doomed. What's the next matchup? Raced versus randomnix? Okay. I'll see what I can spectate in a second. Oof, that felt bad. Because I didn't play perfectly, obviously, no. Obviously there was a lot of mistakes, but it's just like, what can you do? You're just gonna get shot, your front line loses to their front line, your back line loses to their back line. I even get a side charge here on these Kossars. These are the armored Kossars, those aren't the spear variant. It doesn't do any damage, but still. Oh god. We just get murdered. We get murdered and we can't push through anything, everybody's getting distracted. Because I keep trying to get them orders, but they just blob up. And there's a big Heart of Winter, slowing everything down, hurting it a bunch. I try to punish these war sleds. But they're not rampaging, so they're just going to walk out of here even though they have the rampage condition on. And they just roll through my stuff. Oh, now they're going to get the rampage condition. Oh, it instantly wears off. Okay, we almost killed a chariot, and there's the rest of his army. Oof. Yeah, that's fucking brutal. That is fucking brutal. Cover dinner. Vermin League bunnies. There's no spectator slot. Give me a spectator slot. What up, randomnix? Maybe more elite cav and trash infantry? I had pretty trash infantry. How'd you do? Yeah. No, randomnix trashed me. But, like, my Fiends of Slaanesh are the most elite cavalry you can get as Slaanesh, and they died instantaneously. So do you really want to invest more in things that'll just get shot? I don't know. I don't know. Because it's like, there's the dual problem of wanting to go wide so that you can't get focused fired down, but then going wide, all of his stuff beats your stuff pretty badly. So you need elite to push through anything, but if you go elite, you're just gonna get shot. Ow. That felt fucking brutal. Felt brutal. Okay, looks like we're on game 2 over here. Yes, we're on game 2. I don't know who won game 1. So we're just vibing. So now we have PE Deadly Bunnies. With question mark. I need to play more so I can know the meta better and not get dicked on that hard. But it is really hard to convince myself to play when I play I get frustrated from little shit. Like game 2 I'm not as salty about. I just got fucked on pretty bad, which is it happens. Game 1 I'm frustrated about because it's different when you get dumpstered like I did in game 2 versus game 1 where it felt like my units were moving through soup and even I knew what I needed to do to win, but I couldn't accomplish it because everybody, like all my units felt like they were idiots. You know what I mean? So that was annoying where it's like, hey, his long lord is on the ground. She's at half health because she's taken too much archer fire in my opinion. All right, all 4 archers turn and fire. 2 of them turn sideways, don't shoot at her, just turn sideways. And 2 of them do turns towards her, and they're like, we can't see, even though she's on a longma, and she can push through all my troops like they're nothing, because she has mass, and she's taller than them. But according to the game, and this happened in Warhammer 2, to be fair, but according to the game, it's like obstructed, and if you zoom in from your guy's perspective, they can see her. They're just not going to shoot because she's obstructed. You're like, okay. So she gets all the benefits of pushing through my guys, but none of the benefits of getting shot in the face. That's fine. So it's just frustrating. Ugh. And the fact that that Longma bitch can kill a cannon faster than Zhao Ming, who costs twice as much and is actually a combat character, is like, alright, pretty cool. So that's like, I get salty about that shit, because that's just me being frustrated at Game 3. Game 2 is just a good old-fashioned ass slapping. Is this a new tournament season? I'm just trying to get back to the multiplayer scene. Yes, this is a new tournament season. It's kind of like Battle Mania, kind of like Ant Ladder. It's just a lot of the tournament hosts shut down, and I missed the good tournaments and stuff, so I started my own league thing. Hey, Doomsage, how you doing? Daniel's here, how you doing? So Deadly Bunnies and Kiara, they have question marks because I joined mid-series, but I don't know what game it is. For Mr. Bunnies, we have 3 Nobbler Trappers, a shit ton of Ogre Bulls, some Iron Guts in the back as well, Man-Eaters, Great Weapons, more Ogre Bulls, and Nobblers. This is a straight-up run at your face and try to kill you Ogre build. Slaughtermaster with the Great Maw, he has Troll Guts for healing, and Skull Crusher or something. Bone Crusher. I don't know why I can't remember that one's name, it's such a cool spell. On Kiara's side, we have the Double Hunters, both on their big missile mounts. Some Ogre Bulls with dual weapons, Nobblars, Nobbler Trappers, Man-Eaters with Great Weapons, 1 Lead Belcher. We have a Slaughtermaster with Great Maw with just Troll Guts, no Bone Crusher, and 2 Saber Tusk packs. I honestly like Deadly Bunny's build here a lot. Do like the Deadly Bunny's build here. Ogres are decently good at dealing with the Hunters on the Stonehorns. A lot of their infantry units have good mass and can surround you with high weapon strength, that kind of thing. A lot of Iron Guts, a lot of Man-Eaters, great weapons. It's good stuff. I don't think 1 Lead Belcher is going to be enough to punish them. In the Saber Tusk packs, I don't think I'll have very much to do. I also, recently, when I was looking at Ogres, trying to learn how to use them, Ogres with dual weapons feel like they're not worth it. When you look at their stats, they get some bonus versus infantry for 150 gold over the Ogre Bulls. Otherwise, they're the same unit. And that's kind of wild. 150 gold for a little bit of bonus for infantry is kind of fucked up. Alright, Bunnies is closing in from all sides. His Noblar Trappers are going to start shooting at the Saber-Tusk packs, or no, they're going to shoot at the Hunter. Getting a little close to Saber-Tusk packs for my liking, but it looks like he's going for an all-out, full frontal rush and just try and break through. Ogres have pretty bad leadership as far as Warhammer 3 factions go, so shocking them down could actually be a good way to win this. And Ogres get the faction passive of chasing routing units and hurting them gives you your army passive, so kind of trying to take the Chad move and get your opponent to route first could actually give you a lot of bonuses. It's frustrated you. I've been pretty good. I'll talk about it more after this game. I've actually been pretty good. I played like shit today, but that doesn't mean in general we're doing bad. So this is going extremely well for Deadly Bunnies. It feels like balance of power favors Kiara, but looking at this mass route right here, I am really liking Deadly Bunnies' position in this game. His Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw... Actually, Iron Guts of his are surrounding Kiara's Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw, and that could be a huge pick. Lead Belchers are getting collapsed on. This is a huge, great play from Deadly Bunnies, who used to be a prominent Beastman main, so he's quite used to rushing people to death. And looks like he's still got it. Everything over here for the red team is routing except for the single entities, which that also just means they're stuck in a 1v like 1,000 right now. Far side didn't go as well for Deadly Bunnies. It also didn't go terribly. He still has some Man-Eaters. He still has some Noblars fighting and stuff, so that's okay. And the one Hunter is trying to come over and help out. But, oh my word. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Noblar Trappers are firing in on the Hunter. They're doing okay, but he has 110 armor. I would personally prefer you shoot at the 40 armor Slaughtermaster and just delete him real quick. Also, a little bit of a clump here from Deadly Bunnies. He needs to separate some of these Ogre Bulls out, but he does have a lot going on, so I'm not exactly surprised that some things are being slightly forgotten. Just look at this pile of Ogres the red team has to deal with. And they're down... How are these Lead Belchers still alive? Oh, most of them aren't there. Okay. That's frustrating for the bunnies. Anyway, the Slaughtermaster duel should go to Deadly Bunny, seeing as how he has support, and otherwise from that they're the exact same unit. These Lead Belchers will soon be compromised once all these Ogres realize that they're not actually fighting the whole unit. And once they're gone, a lot of the killing power of the Hunters is not really that good. Yeah, I think Bunnies has got this. 8,000 damage value versus 5,000. That's a big oof. Now, Troll Guts was thrown onto the Hunter, so Kiara has a bunch more value to give than Bunnies does, and this Bunny gets some serious healing out, but... yeah. Nicely done. Nicely done. It's good to see, like, an all-Ogre rush actually work. That was good stuff. Now we get to find out if Bunnies had won the previous game or if Kiara had, because if there is a game 3, then that means we're 1-1. That was a good little build. Kiara's build was, I don't know about the Ogre Mirror, but I know Double Hunter on Stonehorn has been extremely popular recently. It just was not ready to deal with the full force savagery of a Bunny's Blitz. And we'll see. If the map changes and their picks change, then we're going to game 3. Okay, Bunny's advanced on the challenge, so it looks like it was a 2-0. Looks like. Anyway, while I try to find the next game, you asked how I'm doing. I played like shit today, but otherwise, actually, I've been doing okay. I've been doing okay. We've had a lot of fun streams recently. Viewership's been way down, and my subscriber count's actually been going down slightly. So that sucks, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do about it. I don't feel like playing a ton of Warhammer 3 at the moment, so it's not like I'm just gonna grind out that and try to get the views. So I don't know. Yeah. Aside from that, though, I've been good. We've had a lot of fun. The problem with the streams recently has been low viewership, but the people that have showed up have said it's a fucking banger. So we just gotta figure out how to get more people to show up to the non-Warhammer streams. You won both. I don't have a good mood today, so I don't mind. GG, well played. GG, Kiara. GG. I got slapped pretty hard. You're not alone. I'm also scaling back content pretty soon. We're going from 2 videos a day to 1 video a day. When? So PM, 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 AM, AM. So it looks like April 23rd, so 3 days from now is the last 2 videos a day thing. And then after that, we'll go back to 1. Because I've heard some people saying I'm releasing too much content. And it sucks, because at the same time, it's like you have a lot of content you want to release, and you don't want it to get old. Like, you know, release something not years, but months after it was applicable, like a bug or something, and then they patch it, and you release a video like 3 weeks later. Anyway, sorry, messaging people to see who's in this rat tournament lobby and see if I can join in. I kind of forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. So I had to release all the content I wanted to, but then from then on I started just recording less stuff. And also a little bit of the fervor died down, so there's less content, because for a while there it was just tons and tons of stuff that I had. People had a ton of players replays and bugs, or just good replays, and the content I've had to cover has slowed down, which is acceptable. Okay, the lobby rat tournament kicked off, so they're fighting something. I'm thinking we'll snipe whoever's gonna go fight Zepp between Lord Caterchin or Geraldo 7. That's probably gonna be our next game. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to ask a question about the tournament. Because of lag, our game is not playable at all. What should we do? The big think. Yeah, currently waiting to know one of them. Is that you're not waiting for nothing? I have laggy players. What do I do? What do I do? Laggy players. What if... When was the last time you restarted PC? I know some people leave their computers on overnight. I'm just curious if their computer's been on for like 4 or 5 days. That's probably the fucking problem. An hour ago. Okay, so it's not that. What day is it? It's not Tuesday, so Steam shouldn't be shitting itself. Shouldn't be is a keyword. It's constantly try restart. When this is on NA, yup. She's made for later. Seems like a thing to try. Okay, so Ren's gonna restart his computer. Meanwhile. don't see... This is just ... I wonder who's in ... Do I recognize them? Random Nixon raced. Alright. Is Warhammer 3 dying at the moment? Dying is a strong word. It's just slow. Like, not a ton of people want to play at the moment. Could someone else host for the laggy people? Oh, Zep, that's true. Also, switch who hosted from whatever it was now. That's true. Zep, when you get your opponent, wait. I want to cast your game next. For now, we're with Rinless, not Rinless. We're with Random Nix and Raced, unless it's over already, because this is map 2, so Random Nix could have 2-0'd it. Okay. So we will have him try hosting. Rinless, restart PC, and you host this time. Hopefully between those two things it works. Oh, the pressure. Good. We love pressure. Anyway, as for Warhammer 3, I don't know. Warhammer 3 feels okay right now. There's still some, like... I would say right now in Warhammer 3, there's about the same amount of jank as Warhammer 2. Because Warhammer 2 had jank. But Warhammer 2 made up for it with a shit ton of factions and fun maps and fun matchups and bigger factions. So Warhammer 3 is just suffering from lack of a buffer, I guess. You know what I mean? Lack of a buffer where, like, in 2, if there was something you don't like, you could just play around it. But in such a small game, you're going to run into it over and over again. That kind of thing. It looks like we are going to a game 3 between Random Nix and Raced. Raced has been playing a shit ton recently. Because if they switch the map to Gore Gateway, then this is game 3. Lord Catterchin and Zep matched up. I will want to go watch that game. We'll see this game 3 quick, and then we'll head over there. So, Zep, if you're still here, just do pick and bans, get the map set up, and I'll be right there. But since we're here, and it looks like game 3, I'll just see this through. Random Nix and Raced. The map didn't change, so I'll check with Random Nix if this is game 3 or not. Or if they're just doing games 1 and 2 on the same map. Oh, it's game 2. Who won 1? Got it. Okay, it's game 2. Random Nix 1, game 1. Let's see. 0. Boom. Infancy. Yeah. I think game 3 will probably be pretty fun when all the other factions come out. I'm excited about that. So the only people I run into on Ant Ladder anymore is Random Nix and Incarnation. Captain Morgan, are you looking for land battles? Because then you might want to be on the Vermin League. There's other people playing on Vermin League. WWD plays a lot. Spartan plays. World Beater plays. Incarnation also plays over here. Coops plays sometimes. Yeah, we have our own mini version of Ant Ladder now. Because Ant Ladder is hybrid battles, it's not land battles. So for Race, we have double Lord of Change, one of which is Exalted with Metal. Final Trans is the only spell. On the other side, we have the blue fire and pink fire that it has to. Good evening. How's the Warhammer 3 meta feeling? Any insights? Because I have no idea. Forsaken of Tzeentch, Forsaken of Tzeentch, Forsaken of Tzeentch, Force Spawn, and a Blue Horror. Hey, bunnies. I honestly have not been playing a ton, so I don't know the meta super well. I know what the meta used to be, but then Random Nicks beat the shit out of me with stuff I've never seen before, so that was new. I don't know. I don't know the meta yet. Number scrap launcher. I thought I saw 3. It looks like 1 scrap launcher, double hunter for Random Nicks. Both on their stone horns, and we have Slaughtermaster the Great Maw. Okay, cool. Rocket Row, what's Vermin League? It's what you're watching right now. It's a land battle league. Hey, Rusty, what up? Like, you know the Entladder League, the RLC? That went to hybrid mode, and I wasn't really involved in it anymore. So then I wanted to make my own league, because like Battlemania and Death Before Dishonor and the Eternal Challenger League all have been dead for a long time. The HW League is sometimes still going, but sometimes not. So I just wanted a more consistent weekly or bi-weekly tournament for land battles. And then we needed a ladder to practice it, so I made a quick little bot called ScryerBot, and he matches people for land battles. It's a little more chill than Entladder, but it exists. I mean, where else are you gonna fucking play land battles? It's kind of the point. I don't know. Anyway, double hunters are trying to poke up at the Lords of Change, but they're dodging a lot of his shots or just eating it on the shields. They're using their ammo. Meanwhile, the Noblar Scrap Launcher's trying to punish some Forsaken running up. Yes. I'm going to buy an NA League account, by the way. Come boost you with 70 MS. You should, dude. You should, Rusty. We had a good league stream. It was very low viewership, but it was quite fun. A lot of our streams recently have been terrible viewership, but very fun. Rocket, yeah. We've had some people playing. Coops had a lot of new people, including like Llama 13K. WWD I hadn't seen around before, but he's apparently playing a fuck ton. Trader GG, Rinless are doing some stuff there. It's good. It's good. It's chill. So the Ogre front line has finally collided. The Forsaken take a big pounding on the charge. And now we'll see if they can maintain it. What is this? Toothcracker plus armor and missile resist. Interesting. Quick little Fury Summon is going to come in and try to flank the Ogre forces. It might rout the Noblars, maybe, maybe not. Scribe Launcher is still firing in, and the Ogre Bull's dual weapons on the far side did get routed off pretty easily by the Lord of Change, Spawn of Tzeentch, and Forsaken of Tzeentch. Meanwhile, the rest of the frontline fight is going pretty well for the Ogres. They are getting very far ahead on damage value, and it's going to be up to Tzeentch to make this one flank matter. The Lord of Change doesn't really want to stay in melee combat for too long. He wants to poke and be a fucker, but with the Ogre's all-out blitz like this, he's not going to have a lot of time to poke around and be a fuckery. Human Boy started on the wrong side of the bracket, lol. This is floof in disguise. I started on the wrong side of the bracket? What do you mean? What? What? I did. I random shuffled it, then I picked myself Random Nicks to break up an LS clan duel, and I just decided to take the punishment. Don't know how much to talk about. Tzeentch is coming back on the damage part of the balance of power. Killing a lot of stuff, but some of these Forsaken are routing. They're going to get chased by Noblars. The double Hunters are still very healthy, and Noblar Scrap Launcher is still firing in, and I know a lot of that balance of power is locked up in the Lord of Change, and the Exalted Lord of Change being very healthy, but all their infantry on the ground is getting quite tattered. Quite tattered indeed. This could be a bit of a pickle for this Hunter getting locked up in Blue Horrors and Forsaken. Never mind. Yeah, they suck. As long as there's no spawn surrounding him, he should be fine to get out of here whenever he wants. That reminds me, I gotta play more League. I need to understand how supports play. Yeah. Dude, it's a weird day when people leave Warhammer to go play League of Legends, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Can you allow Undivided next time? I lose while having fun then. I've only seen Undivided be broken OP. It's so strong. You can just take Fleshhounds of Khorne and Plague Bearers of Nurgle and Snotlings and all this shit. It's just, not Snotlings. Noblars, not Noblars. Nurglings, that's it. I don't know, dude. I don't know, you're the only person who wants Undivided. Anyway, we have some rallying Ogres that do need to be brought to the fore, but Random Nicks is pushing through. The last of the Forsaken are quick to break off. Chaos Spawn are dwindling. There's 3 over here. Like, probably 2 here. Oh, it's just even 1. 9 over here, but their health is so low they're going to start dropping like flies. Last Fury Summon comes out, but Tzeentch is behind on the balance of power. I tend to agree. There's Noblars off in the middle of nowhere fighting Forsaken. The Forsaken will probably win this fight just because they're such fucking chads, and the Noblars suck. Because, you know, they're meant to suck, not that they're a bad unit. It's just, they're 300 gold of... Wait, they're even 200 gold. They're 200 gold of raw killing power. Just tuning in, is this Vermin League going to be a regular thing? Yeah. Yeah. I just explained it a second ago, but basically it's a land battle tournament like Battlemania or the Eternal Challenger League. Just because those haven't been around for a while, and I missed them, so I made my own, because fuck it, I'll do it myself. Anyway. It's try-hard, it's filthy, sweaty, try-hard land battles. That's all it is. Double Hunter charge over here, and they both stop beforehand and do a different move, ruining a moment to be epic. Nobblar Scrap Puncher still has half its ammo. Holy shit. Nobblars did beat one of the Forsaken, honestly surprising me. Don't know if they'll beat the other one. We'll see, but it is down to the double Lords of Change versus an entire Ogre army, and I'm going to bet on the entire army for that one. Spawn need to hurry up and die. Human boy, you're not me. Who are you? Who is this? FGA? Anytime. Anytime. The whole gimmick about it is basically how far you get in the tournament or how much you play on our land battle ladder. You get points, and at the end of the season, I invite people to play off based on points. It's really simple. Our channels are the same name. Who are you? What have you done? Who is this? Alright. I investigated your channel. You appear to exist. I'm kind of shocked. Okay, I shouldn't say shocked. I don't like that the balance of power is this not Ogre favored. Like, it's Ogre favored, but it should be dominatingly Ogre favored. But the game extremely highly valued mages, and especially Tzeentchian mages above like everything else. So it actually thinks they have a chance, but they don't. These guys are the big doomed. I've had a couple replays I cast where, like, army losses hit for the army against the Lord of Change or Kairos, and it was complete and utter bullshit. Look at him! Look at him! Look at him! Look at him T-posing! Look at him! He's thinking about landing someday. There he landed. Ew. Yeah, big heal coming in for the Hunter. Troll Guts upgraded. Blue Fire Poke does okay. I think some of these Ogre Bulls with Iron Fist might need to want to get in here, but we'll just have the double single entity brawl. I'm just gonna look at the Starry Sky. I don't know what else to say. There's two pretty okay melee combatants stuck versus two good melee combatants. A decent one, a shit ton of chaff. I mean, there's no way out for our boy Erased. Bounce power, you're drunk, go home. If they can kill this Exalted Lord of Change, maybe it'll tip into army losses territory, because it's getting awfully close. Hunter's still fighting, still fighting. Yeah, there's army losses, because he randomly broke. Yes! It ends, and Random Nix will go 2-0 yet again. What a monster. I'll head over to Zep and Lord Caterchen in a second, as we wait for them to crumble. There's no stairs in this tower. It's just dead space. What a shitty tower. Who would want to live here? We still crumbling, or are we done? Ah, still crumbling. Good. There we go. Good value on both the Hunters. Noblar Scrap Launcher did okay. Ogre Bulls and Iron Fist did okay. Noblars did well. Surprisingly well, actually. The Lord of Change and the Exalted Lord of Change did fine-ish. Forsaken did not great. They got murdered. Spawn did okay. Alright, Catterchin. Zip. What one are they? Are they... Rat Tournament? Let's see. I'll get this up. Yeah, found them. Okay. We're in. So, this is our first start of a best of 3 in a while. Kind of just been mercenaries out here. We have Zep versus apparently ODM. This is news to me. Lord Catterchin. ODM are Lord Catterchin. And it appears we have Cathay versus Ogres. I think this is a fine matchup. I think both sides have a little bit of teeth. Ogres usually try to go for a double Stonehorn rush. And then it comes down to kind of whether or not the cannon bug applies, or how well they're able to rout off your cannons. But if you space out your cannons versus the double Stonehorn rush, and they can kind of crossfire across your own formation, you can usually just grind them out. I don't mind it too much. It's a fine matchup. Try hard, you say. Double giants increases, you say. Hey, Cyrus. How you doing? So, for the Vermin League stuff, for anybody curious about that, will they build armies? Because I was getting asked a lot of questions about it. You just go into my Discord, the Filthy Rat Den. I also think it's in the description of this. Go to Vermin League. You can type game to get queued up for a game. You can type exit if you don't feel like playing anymore. Just exit is fine. And if you win or lose, you don't tell the bot anything. You just type for me like this. Like, I won. I lost. That's it. It's very simple. If you get matched against someone you don't want to play, just queue up. Like, again, you don't have to hit exit or anything. The bot just literally gives you 3 random maps. And then I go through every night, and I just record wins and losses in an Excel spreadsheet I have, and I update a graphic that's displayed here. So, yeah, that's all for that. Otherwise, just sign up for tournaments, and in the tournaments, I give you points for how far you got, which, again, you don't have to do anything. It's just fun. At the end of the season, I'll invite people based on what bracket they're in to playoffs and give them the amount of money that is listed there for whoever wins that. That's it. That's an oddly creepy gift to just walk into. I don't know the context for that. I don't like it. Anyway. So we're in Game 1. Lord Catterchin on Ogres versus Cathay. It does not appear to be the double Stonehorn rush. I'm actually more scared of something like this than I am of the double Stonehorns. Just a shit ton of Sabertusk packs fucking with my backline. When I play Cathay, I usually hate to see this more. Ogre Bulls, dual weapons. Other than that, we have Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists, Iron Guts, Iron Guts, Iron Guts, Iron Guts, Noblars. And we have a Slaughtermaster with Great Maw with Bone Crusher and Troll Guts. I don't love how many Ogres are in this army. I think Ogres versus Cathay aren't particularly useful, but we'll see, because they all just die to halberds and peasant spears and shit. On the Cathay side, for Zippy. Triple cannon, 1 Terracotta Sentinel. We have a Dragon-Blooded Shogunate of Yin with the summon and the missile reflect. We do have 3 Iron Hail Gunners for some armor piercing, Peasant Archers in the back, Jade Warriors with halberds up front, Forward Peasant Long Spearman yet to be placed, and 1 Jade Lancer just for some mass and stuff. I'll message Zep quick about being a little close to that white line. Just a quick thing. It's fine if he moves up, but I just want him to know that he does need to move up. Okay. Just because his opponent can't reasonably flank there. Like, he's going to hit this rock, and he pretty much has to go into this Peasant Long Spearman, so there's no room. There we go. Do Ironhail Gunners have a scatter shot? A little bit, yeah. A little bit. They're pretty bad at killing infantry in general. Okay, he moved. And again, like, if we're all being extreme sticklers, he might be a little close, but like, the maps are so small, man. We got to give everybody a fucking break. There's room to flank there. It's fine. Hello?
I command the 8 winds themselves. We cannot possibly lose.
Fucking spam calls. Okay. Sorry about that. I was pretty sure it was a spam call, but I just had to check to see if it was something important. So triple cannons are firing. They are obliterating these Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists. And all the cannons aimed for that, like, specific trio of guys, and they died. Ironhail Gunners are the worst units in Cathay. I also have had struggles getting them to be good. I don't usually use them, but some people really, really like them. Okay. Ogres are advancing. Looks like they're heavily investing in this right flank. Cannons are quite good against ogres. You can see that. That's why I don't personally love ogres in the Ogres vs. Cathay matchup. I think you should spam Noblars, Noblar Trappers, Saber-Tusk packs. Sure, the Double Hunter on the Stonehorns can work okay, but it's like the Ogre infantry just gets obliterated by basic small arms fire, get obliterated by the cannons, get obliterated by the Jade Dwarfs halberds, get obliterated by the Peasant Long Spearmen, and I struggle to personally see what the Ogres are going to do here. You know what I mean? And again, when I say about the Ogres, I don't mean the faction, I mean the specific units called Ogres. Like the Ogre Bulls, the Iron Guts, that kind of thing. I was thinking of super short range, they must have something to make up for that. They have good armor piercing, that's about it. Saber-Tusks are moving in. And they can get a nice little flank off. They might sneak in here before Zep realizes, and they could shut down the Ironhail Gunners, but it looks like they're actually just going to dive onto the cannons, really hoping to get maybe the cannon bug, shut them down, because they're not going to rout. They're too deep in the middle of their own formation. They're not going to rout. More Saber-Tusk packs get on the Ironhail Gunners, and this is what I like to see. I don't like an Ogre front rush, but I do really like Saber-Tusk packs in this matchup. They're just good disruption pieces. Really upset what Cathay want to do. Cathay like a very ordered, you know, front to back standard fight where they shoot you and you fight the front line. And if you just fuck with it, they don't really like it too much. One of the Ironhail Gunners is routing. Some of the cannons stopped shooting momentarily. It doesn't look like any of them are going to break. And they didn't lose any models. Another Ironhail Gunner is getting eaten alive in the back. And this bought some time for the Ogres to actually get to the front line without being shot too much. Still a brutal time, though. I've also been trying to make Mornfang cavalry work, but they aren't very good in this matchup, unfortunately. I'm curious if this Bone Crusher is actually going to destroy those two models. No, it just does some damage. Okay, good to know. These Ogres need to be dragged into combat immediately to follow up on the Saber-Tusk Pack's efforts. Jadors with halberds are going to destroy these Iron Guts, especially with cannon support nearby, and this is looking brutal for the Ogres. Behind almost 2-to-1 in damage value. As of now. And we gotta stop the cannons. Even after the front lines collide, the cannons are doing okay. Deleted an entire unit of Iron Guts. Oh god. You hate to see it. The ogres have now run into their least favorite friend, the peasant long spearman. Not enjoying that whatsoever. Now, there is one Iron Gut pushing through, disrupting the Iron Hail Gunners, but they're mostly gunning for these grand cannons. And while Cathay has gotten a lot of value out of their cannons already, they did pay a lot of money for them, so if you can shut them down, you can kind of get that value back pretty quickly. Find Iron Hails very good in campaign, combined with spears, but in the range and line of sight for multiplayer seems to make them perform badly. True. The last Sabertusk pack that's still here has the Rampage bug, so it's just infinitely rampaging. It's trying to kill Shattered Iron Hail Gunners while there's perfectly alive ones right next to it, so that is very unfortunate. And this Slaughtermaster is about to get gunned down, as all the cannons in the area are aiming at him. Thankfully, these Iron Guts are starting to actually blow up cannon models. This cannon only has 1 left, this cannon still has 4, this cannon has 3. If this Slaughtermaster can hang on, maybe they can crump the inside of the Cathay lines, but there's still a full health Lord, there's a ton of spears around, and there's a full health Terracotta Sentinel. Yeah. The straight up worse handgunners. Yeah, their line of sight seems very low compared to handgunners. And they're also very inaccurate, apparently. Wow, you guys suck at this. Anyway, it's all over for the Chungus Kingdoms? Yeah. It's looking pretty bad. So many spears left. So many spears left. That summon might actually tip Balance of Power into Army Losses territory? Oh, no, it didn't do anything in Balance of Power. Weird. Are the Ancestral Warriors, are they supposed to be Celestial Dragon Guard, or are they Jade Warrior level? Where's the Jade Warrior? I need to compare. 2443, 3442. Okay, I think the Celestial Dragon guys are closer to that. Anyway. I don't know how the Ogres are going to kill that Terracotta Sentinel. Even if they somehow killed everything else, which is also in doubt. Balance of Power, for a second there, I thought the Ogres had a better chance than they do. They do need to rally these Sabertusks that finally stopped rampaging, because they had routed, and they need to recharge some Iron Hail Gunners, just for fun, not that it really matters. These Ogres are about to break. So are these Noblars, and I think we're about to get a chain route that'll just lead to army losses. Chain route, chain route, chain route. Watch his leadership all of a sudden dip to 0 in a second. Let's say 3, 2, 1. No leadership and you lose the game. Nope. Taking a second longer than I thought. Hey. Hey. Acknowledge it's over. There we go. Is Cathay the best faction since the Impirs then incentivized to bring a staunch line of spears? They're pretty good. Yeah, Cathay's top tier in land battles at the moment, I think. Them, probably Kislev. After that, I don't know. They're super cheesy Cathay builds at the moment, apparently. How is this cheesy? This is a pretty standard, like, gun line. I don't know. I'd say this is like a standard non-cheese army comp. Good front line, good back line, ranged artillery, one single entity, and a lord. That's a pretty balanced comp. What's cheesy is the double Terracotta Sentinel Skyjunk stuff. That's pretty cheesy. I'll give you that one. But this game, I thought that was fine. For the Ogres, their Iron Guts did okay. Ogre Bulls got fucking brutalized. So did the Iron Fists. Sabertusk did well. Nobblers did okay. So I believe that was Zep winning. And now he's on Khorne. Lord Catterchin's still hovering the Ogres. This is not cheese there, yeah. I would agree with that. There's some pretty cheesy builds. Whew. Not to shit talk Game 3 The staunch line of spears is the cop pasta is one of the funniest of any Total War meme. Yeah. We love spears. So not to like add to the bandwagon of shit talking Warhammer 3. Yeah, Warhammer 3 needs work. Very interesting conversation. But specifically about it, it's kind of tricky because it's like I think domination mode is less cheesy. Yeah, I think domination mode is less cheesy, which is nice. But it's also extremely grindy and slow to cast at times. But then land battles is quicker to cast usually. But it can sometimes come down to some pretty brutal cheese. So it's tricky. Both game modes have an up and a down. Though I would say a massive improvement to the casting experience for Game 3 would be fucking... like that Tzeentch game we just saw a little bit ago with randomness in it. When army losses hits, fucking get on with it. Crumble, goddammit. Army losses hit. I went out to the edge of the map, looked at a tower, looked at 3 different levels of the tower, said, who wants to live here? Come back. And he's still crumbling. And it's like, yeah, we got it. The game's over. Like, if you're going to have a system in the game that says army losses, this game is over now, and shut it down, then why do we also have to have, but their lord needs to crumble for 2 minutes, because what if he wins? If you think he can win, then don't army loss him. And if you don't think he can win, army loss him and get on with it. Pick one. With, like, the demon specifically, when we hit army losses, it takes so long for their single entities to crumble away. It's a minor thing, but it pisses me off. Shit talk Game 3 all you want. Yeah. I'm not saying that we shouldn't shit talk Game 3. I'm just saying it's not, like, new or exciting to talk about. Game 3 has issues? What? Tell me more. I'm so intrigued to hear this fresh new take. I just like that domination exists because it's different, but you raise very many valid points about casting. Yeah. Domination's fun. I'm glad it's in the game. I think it's awesome. I hope siege battles take off a little bit more. I know Umayas has been working on that stuff. Siege battles are pretty fun. Vlad the Chad entered the chat. Get on with your life game. Pretty sure army losses in game 2 on a dead was near instant. Yeah. I don't remember sitting around waiting for it. Except for if Vlad popped his ring. Yeah. Though part of it, you could equally argue, part of it would just be, I wish the player would concede. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yeah, army losses hit. You have 1 Lord of Change versus 2 Stonehorns, Slaughtermaster, and a bunch of ogres. Otherwise, yeah, that player should concede. True, but it's like, I still don't think it should take that long. I am very... Now, I've actually been considering making a video about, like, all the positive things of Game 3 that I feel like sometimes get lost in the sauce. And I'm not trying to be an apologist, but I do think we might be a little too hard on Game 3. A little too hard. Like... you know what? You can feel however you want. I feel like I'm too hard on Game 3 sometimes because the mechanics have improved since the game came out. CA's patch really did focus on a lot of the big problems, which was nice. They could be like EA, where they just try to sell you something instead of fixing anything. So I'll give them that. Campaign, they're legitimately trying, and I know you don't want to hear that, but they're trying. They made it so that torch building, the discovery building, that cleanses a little bit of corruption, can stop a rift from spawning in your land. And that's nice. The army, like, picking your banner is a small thing. But it's kind of like... the small things almost make it a little nicer that they paid attention. Because people have been asking for a while, from, like, Warhammer 2. And it's not really a big thing, so it didn't have to be on their list, but it was. So it's like, there are good things about Game 3 that make me think that when Immortal Empires comes out, it's going to be a fucking banger. Because I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but while we're talking about it, I think Game 3 gets a bad rap for how small it is, because then all the jank is much more noticeable. Warhammer 2 had a lot of jank that I feel like people are throwing under the rug, because Warhammer 2 was a super fun game. And that's true. I loved Warhammer 2 too. I accepted it for all of its flaws because you had 15 factions of kick-ass shit, and each of the factions could do like 3 different things. It was really fun, really dynamic. There were tons of matchups. And I feel like 3 is now, stability-wise, at the point 2 was. But there's not all that other stuff to distract us from the jank. So I feel like that might be frustrating for CA right now. We're like, what? But you loved Warhammer 2, and this game's just as good mechanically now. And it's like, yeah, but we have 7 factions, and most of them are boring as shit. And they're all small. So it's like, when you pick Wood Elves, you could go for the Great Stag Knight, Super Vanguard, Rush, and man, you're going to get fucked up in 1 second. You could go for the Tree Man Blob with Air Cheese. I'm not saying that's fun, but like, hear me out. You could go the Tree Man Blob with Air Cheese. You could go full Stag Knight Rush, full Vanguard, Cavalry Rush. You could go full Rush with like Orion, Dryads, and like War Dancers and shit. You could go Waywatcher Kite. You could go Deepwood Scout, kind of Kite, kind of Cav play. You could go Spear and Pike and Shot builds. It's like, that's all one faction. Think about Khorne. Khorne can dog rush you, or he can infantry rush you. That's it. So there's 7 factions, and all of them are half as interesting as the Game 2 factions were at the end, because they had DLCs, they had bigger rosters. Yeah, I know they had all that stuff, but it's like, you can't load into Game 3, have it still be kind of a jank mess like Warhammer 2 kind of was, but then there's nothing behind it. So that was a long rant, but it did get us into the game. Anyway, what do we have? Marauders with Spears, Marauders with Hellscourges, Spears. We have Exalted Demonettes, 3 of them. Fiends of Slaanesh running around. How many? 3? Wow. Triple Fiend of Slaanesh and an Exalted Keeper of Secret of Slaanesh. All for Lord Catterton. That is an extremely elite build versus Khorne. For Khorne, we have 4 Furies, an Exalted Bloodthirster, extreme sky dominance for Khorne. Interesting stuff. 3 Spawn of Khorne, 4 Chaos Warriors with Halberds, and 1 Cultist with his summon. Flat out high magic resist in his ring. There's some stuff for sure. I personally really like the high contrast in colors. The colors look nice. Doomer talked about it's literally unplayable, and they're playing us over the portrait bug and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, I think if you put the Game 2 factions in this system, people wouldn't complain about it nearly as much. I think people are just bored, and bored people like to complain, myself included. Like, I'm not like, I am higher and mightier than thee. It's, no, I love complaining. But if I really ask myself why I'm complaining, it's because I don't want to play, like, Cathay and then blank anymore. I just pretty much want to only play Cathay. Front lines are kind of colliding. These spawn are getting torn apart by the Fiends of Slaanesh and the Marauders of Spears. Ow, they are not loving their life right now. They're already rampaging, but this could be a big blob. I guess it's Khorne. He doesn't have any wind spells to punish 3 units on top of each other, but Slaanesh might want to separate out and get some flanks, a little bit more flanks just for their bonuses. Fiends are piling straight in, and meanwhile the Chaos Furies of Khorne are getting the flank on Slaanesh. Slaanesh is getting flanked. That's new. But Slaanesh is slightly ahead on the balance of power. Not balance of power, damage graph, which is also a nice addition. While we were talking about nice additions, I like the gold damage value on the left hand. Thank you. But it evened up very quickly as Khorne gets stuck in the melee. He loves being here, and these Chaos Warriors with Halberds are going to kill a lot of stuff over here. These Fiends of Slaanesh need to get out and around, flank attack or something like that, but now they will be flanked by the Chaos Furies. I'm a little worried about how clumped up these Furies are from Zep. If there's one spell, like a Lash or something, that could hit all 3 of these units, it could start them crumbling, and once Furies crumble, they just die because they're super, super low leadership. But we will see. Exalted Keeper of Secrets is still fighting. The Exalted Bloodthirster is getting the better of her, though, and Khorne is pulling slightly ahead on the balance of power. He even has an extra summon on the field that Slaanesh does not have. Slaanesh did get a Lash out over here, but it might be too little, it might be too late, as the Exalted Keeper of Secrets is getting fucking bodied by the Exalted Bloodthirster, and it needs to get out of there, because if it dies, this game is going to be over extremely quickly. Slaanesh does not have extremely high leadership, and these things are going to start crumbling pretty soon. The Fiends of Slaanesh in here are fighting, and they have high balance of power value, but they're really not getting that much done. Chaos Furies are going to all crumble away, and oh no, the Exalted Keeper of Secrets is starting to crumble. It does rally. If it rallies, you might just want to run away. Never mind, it's going back in. And the Bloodthirst is going to hit it one time, and it's going to die. Alright, it's gone. Without their lord, I worry about the Slaanesh army. These Fiends are bumping and grinding. I still haven't seen Fiends really be that good in any matchup. But maybe I'm just not seeing the games where they do well. AI seem to behave smarter on the campaign map. I will fight you to the death, FGA. But I'll get back to that. I'll get back to that. But I will fight you, sir. Balance of Power is honestly being generous with Slaanesh at this point. They're so screwed. Everything's crumbling or breaking. Yeah. I guess their Fiends just count for a lot, but now that they're crumbling away. Army losses will hit soon. Watch this Marauder with Spear. As soon as he breaks, it's over, because he has no reason to break. Crumble, crumble, crumble. Crumble, crumble, crumble. And yeah, that was a good chunk from Khorne. I think the Fiends needed to flank, and then maybe that could have worked. Too many things got caught up on the single halberd on the left side, and that was a little brutal. Anybody heard from Spartan or Rinless? I know they're having lag issues, my friend Golden Floof. I'm happy for a lot of changes. The multiplayer FFA campaigns made for some good content too. Yeah, those have been hard to schedule between 4 people, but those are pretty fun, especially if you get your friends together and do some free-for-alls. The campaigns are better, I will say that. I as well wish that they would just put a second mode in for a single-player campaign where it's like, do the rifts and all this stuff, and then do like Immortal Empires Light, where it's just the same map, but there's no gimmick. It's just blow up the entire map, and that's fine. Fiends underperformed, unfortunately. Exalted Demonettes did well. I also like Demonettes and Exalted Demonettes in this matchup, and Marauders did okay. Exalted Keeper Secrets also did okay. Bloodthirster just hunted her down. And that's good. Egen, yes. Yes. Okay, I'm all caught up. So FGA, while I find the next game for us to spectate, you and I have an issue. We have a fight. We have a scrap. The AI are smarter on the campaign map. No! No! No, 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 no. No, no. No, 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 no. No, no. Let me spectate your semis, please. But I'll BRB. No, 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 no. So we're gonna load up. We're gonna load up. Old save version detected. You're trying to load from a different version of the game? Fuck you. Don't tell me what to do. The more popular mods at the moment seemingly removes the getting the souls thingy. Yeah, that's a good mod. I needed that water. Didn't realize how thirsty I was. So, dude, you're right, okay, FGA? That was a bit of a bait. You're right. But only your enemies are better on the campaign map. I don't want the slaughter that's about to happen on stream. Oh, yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back. But here's my current campaign. These fucking ogres came through the entire Empire to kick my ass. Notice they don't have territory in the Empire. They're walking through the Empire, who they're at war with. They're at war with the Empire, and this is like the 3rd army they've sent to attack Erengrad. Those fuckers. And why is that? Why is that? Because all of my dickheads, all of my allies, are just sitting in their cities with almost no armies, just sitting here. All of them are just sitting here. None of the humans have done anything. All fucking game. I had to come down and kill the goddamn vampire counts because they also took out all of Ostermark. I gave Ostermark some stuff back because I couldn't hold it at the time when the rifts opened up. I had to come kill the fucking vampires. I had to come over here and help with some stupid rebellions and more vampire shit. And then these guys couldn't handle the one ogre that they're all at war with. This ogres took a 4v1. They said, not enough, bruv. Come here. I'll fucking fight you too. And they're worthless. They're worthless. The northern Kislevites, the demon princes just keep walking through Kistalton's lands because he's also worthless. And why am I bitching about all this stuff? Because you were saying that the allied AI is better. I can't get these fucking dwarves to help me take back Karak Ungor for them so I can give it to them so I don't have to worry about this flank because they won't listen to orders. And I legitimately forget who told me this, but it makes perfect sense if they're right. That when you ally with someone, because everyone around me is my military ally, when you ally with someone, the AI goes into a passive behavior state because they don't want the game to become too easy for you. And if that's true, that does explain what's happening to me, but also makes me very pissed off because it's like, I kind of wanted to get the order tied together. I kind of wanted to get the boys back. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted to get all the lads together, and then like they just sit there. They do nothing. I wish I could. My next move might honestly be break all my trade agreements, conquer all of my allies, so that I can use their cities better. Because they're just not doing anything. They're just fucking sitting there and making me fight everybody. So whoever that was, that I'm legitimately forgetting who told me that, but somebody did. Whoever told me about that, next time I run a campaign, I might just make no friends. Like, I'll just trade with people and that's it, but never ally with anybody and see if it's better. Because it sucks so bad to put my back to a wall or I'm like, I have the entire empire behind me. And they're all like, yeah. Anyway, boss, there's like one ogre tribe. And I'm like, one ogre tribe? You're the entire empire. And they're like, it's really scary. He's a really scary ogre man. And I'm fighting the demons of chaos because Kistalton can't figure shit out. I'm fighting Norska. I'm fighting Nurgle coming from the north. I'm fighting my own ogres coming from the east. I'm fighting greenskids coming from the east because the dwarves can't figure their shit out. I'm fighting vampires in the south, which I just beat. And there's rifts that show up every so often. And I turn to the empire and I'm like, listen, you gotta 5v1 those ogres. And they're like, we can't, they're so scary. We would have to leave our city. I don't want to leave my city. I want to stay in my city with 4 swordsmen, 4 spearmen, 2 crossbowmen, a free company militia, and a lord. Every army has to have that exact same composition. I don't want to leave my city. It's warm in here. I have wine and bread. You leave your city. I'm like, I'm always leaving my city. I haven't been home in 75 years. Kislev is burning to the ground. Do something. Or there are demons coming through to the north, and they go, no, they can't get through our cities. No. And the wood elves are over there, dick in their hand, doing nothing. They're at war with Kistalton. They're not even at war with any of the demons. That's how fucking helpful the stupid goddamn wood elves are being. Oh, we have Way Watchers. Oh, we're the best archers on the planet. Anyway, we're just gonna fuck with your campaign, pieces of shit. And of course they get dryads. They get dryads, high armor, vanguard deployment, magic. Yeah, we're on about the dryads again. I will never forgive the dryads for being a piece of shit. Fucking And that's how I feel. All right. Tzeentch versus Random Nicks. This is the first semifinal. The bottom of the bracket is extremely stalled out due to some lag issues. Spartan and Rinless appear to be having problems. I know Spartan's computer can sometimes... Well, I don't know if it's computer. I don't know if it's internet. It's something. It sometimes struggles with people from across the seas, so we'll see how that goes. All the Warhammer 1 and 2 factions are basically neutered. To be fair, your Empire allies, that happens every game. I've literally not seen a campaign where Scrag doesn't crump the entire Empire. Being enemies and allies, well, that was something. FGA, yeah. No. Well, okay. The real unbalanced tank is that kind of... That kind of annoys me, but since we were just in a lobby, I just kind of went off for entertainment's sake, but yeah. No. You laugh, but the Empire is useless. It's pretty lore-friendly, especially when Kislev ends up getting shafted. Yeah, you're right about that. The Empire actually does tend to fuck around. I also do love, and this is lore accurate, this isn't shitting on Game 3, this is shitting on the Empire, but it's actually the exact same in the books. I love when the Empire's just fighting itself, like in my campaign, like Talabecland was trying to fight, like, Wissenland or something, and they kept calling me every 2 turns, and they're like, you should break all of your deals with the shitty Wissenland people, or you should come help us attack Wissenland. And I have Manfred by the throat, Nurgle under my boot, I'm fighting off a Norskin horde with one arm, and I'm getting butt-fucked by Scrag over here because Altdorf can't figure its shit out, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll be right there. You go ahead, I'll catch up. Fucking Wissenland. Yeah, I have time to help you fight fucking Wissenland. Maybe you have time to help me fight the end of the world. Fuckers. Isn't a real Human Boy stream unless the mic clips from Salt Overload. Yeah, sorry, dude. Sorry about that. I could just be a boring streamer, if that would. I could be a boring caster. Let's give it a shot. Let's do it. We're gonna go through this game as chat wants me to. As all of chat desires. Here we have 3 Zargard, 2 armored corsairs with great weapons. We have 4 corsairs with spears, a frost maiden of ice with heart of winter. Ooh, yes, very nice. We have 2 heavy war sleds as well with a patriarch on the side. Very good, yes, ooh, very good. Yes, and on the other side we have Peasant Long Spearmen, Jade Warriors, triple gold chevron, nothing interesting there. Cannot get excited about the triple gold chevrons. No, must stay boring. No. No, I'm just fucking with you. Anyway, 2 Peasant Long Spearmen, looks like some more in the back. We have triple cannon, yet again. Astromancer and an Alchemist. Alchemist is just here for Harmony of the Winds, which doesn't have anything, and he's just here for the Cloak of Pomei. Dragonblood is Shugenin, Lord of Yin with Cloak of Jet. God, like all of her summons. Storm of Shadows, Talons of Night, Cloak of Jet, and the Ancestral Warriors. And then we have a couple Jade Lancers. This is almost the exact same build he took versus my Cathay when Random Next was playing Cathay Mirror. So he's just doing the same thing against Kislev. You should be as bored as my HR department, who literally fell asleep during the time they offered me the position. Damn. Sounds like the guy in Ent's chat is right. You're horrible at campaign. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, because I play campaign for fun. God forbid you play campaign for fun. Who is Ent playing with, by the way? Oh, Flying Taco. Nice. I saw he was going to do a co-op stream when we were talking about it. Okay. Zargard are getting stuck up on the Lord of Yin, who's going to quickly summon some Ancestral Warriors to fight them, and they've actually taken a lot of damage. It looks like the cannons have been quite punishing. Where are the Chariots? The Chariots and Patriarch are taking a long way around trying to avoid some of the cannon fire. Random Nix is dedicating 1 cannon to shoot at them, and the other 2 are just going to pulverize the front line, doing an honestly good amount of damage to the Zargard, more than I would have thought for how thin they were spread out. Kislev's back line is getting a little haggard from Zep. Looks like Jade Lancers are going to pounce on the Cossars or Spears, which isn't such a bad thing for the Cossars or Spears until Jade Warriors also join the fray. Cannons are still firing. Heavy war sleds need to get involved somewhere. They're having a hard time finding a home. I love how Max JW is now a staple for Grand Theft play. Yeah, Jade Warriors are pretty good. I still personally don't use a ton of them. I like Halberds more often, but Jade Warriors are still fine. Quick little Talons of Night doing poke damage to the Zargard and a little more than poke damage to the Cossars and Spears, but damage is damage. Jade Lancers dive in, trying to block up the heavy war sleds. They should be getting some healing soon from the Patriarch if he hasn't popped it yet, because they are running a little low on health and running okay on models. Storm of Shadows trying to slow down them from the Dragonbladed Shugenin. And these cannons are firing over. It looks now like all 3 cannons are tasked onto killing these chariots. Still missing a few of their shots. And I haven't seen a heal yet from the Patriarch, so if he's holding on to it, he really needs to get it out quickly. Chariots are now pulling up. Looks like they want to support the front line. Never mind, they're turning around. Going back to support this fight, but getting bogged down in melee combat is pretty bad for them. they are going to start losing models again quickly. Without their chariot friends, I don't think Kislev has much traction left in this game, as their entire front line is occupied and losing. Triple gold Chevron Shade Warriors. Apparently not something to fuck around with. I disagree, Jade Warrior Halberds are pretty bad for their cost. Really? Wow. Wow, no faith in the Halberds. Yep, Random Nix is running away with this one pretty heavily. He just knows... It feels like he just knows the matchup so well. He's got double the damage value of his opponent. Heavy War Sleds are hanging in there for now, trying to push forward and get to these cannons. A Heart of Winter upgraded cast onto one cannon is really not going to do that much damage, unfortunately. And, yeah. Can Kislev just grind this out? I mean, they're killing the Jade Warriors, but they're also getting very low. No, I don't think they can. Cannon gets off one booming roars. It's just been obstructed trying to shoot past its own friends. These cannons got knocked off their mounts. I wonder if they can get back on. Doesn't look like it. Dov did a video recently on triple gold Chevron Jade Warriors. Yeah, I know GGX Spartan was telling me a lot about them, like almost a month ago at this point. Pay a huge premium for AP without the melee attack to really make a difference. It depends. It depends on the matchup, obviously. I like halberds a lot versus, like, ogres, obviously. It depends what you want to get out of them. Where's that Patriarch? Is he dead? Stalton's here. Yeah, I think the Patriarch got sniped out, so he's probably dead. Quick little Talons of Nightcast. Trying to hit the Zargard, pokes them a little bit more. These cannons did get back online, so they didn't get the bug, and with that, they can take out this last Heavy War Sled on this side. Lord of Yen's gonna take out the other one. And Random Nix will go up 1-0. That's a pretty effective little Cathay build. Now you can still see why the Heavy War Sleds are so annoying for Cathay. I mean, they've shut them down so thoroughly, and yet they still won't break, and they're just knocking cannon crews off their mounts, but it's not going to matter. As the triple gold Chevron Jade Warriors are actually still beating up on the Kislev front line. That's pretty funny. I never watched much of Dov's content. Is he still covering a lot of Warhammer 3 stuff, or did he slow down like most Warhammer content creators that kind of just are waiting for Immortal Empires to come out? Turn, cannons, turn. Turn, you janky beasts of burden. Where are you going? What are you doing? You have orders to shoot him. Why are you walking away? You're an idiot. Alright, GG. $2,200 value on this Dragonblooded Shugan and Lord of Yin. Good God. I should start using her. She looks really good. Cannons did great. Jade Warriors with gold chevrons didn't quite pay for themselves. They didn't have to, because they cost more than 500, obviously, due to the triple gold chevrons. Peasant Long Spearmen still did fine. Gestalten didn't get much done. Ice Witch also struggled. Patriarch struggled. The sleds, wow, even after being focused that hard, still did okay. Zargard got trashed on a little bit. Armored Kossars' great weapons did well, and Kossars' spears did eh. And that's a GG. And that's a GG. Random Nix got the one. Got the W. The other semifinal, we do have Commodinner waiting to fight either Rinless or Golden Floof. And we'll spectate that next. Oh boy. I think he still does exclusive Warhammer 3 content, but not as regularly. Maybe. I know at the tail end of Warhammer 2, he was getting pretty frustrated with viewership on his stuff being low. For how much work he put in, that kind of thing. Viewership's been super low for me recently. That's sad. Like, even this stream's going fine. Like, 20 is fine, but when I was playing Frostpunk, we had an average of about 18. So doing the content that most people subscribe to me for, I'm getting 3 more viewers than a random-ass game. And to be fair, that's not consistent. Frostpunk was one of the better games for viewership that I played, because I played League of Douchebags with Murph and Contende and Platypus last night, and we had like 7 or 8 viewers through most of the stream. So that's obviously lower. But I don't know. I was kind of curious if I came back to Warhammer like I did today, if we would get just like an explosion of viewership or something. It's pretty that's fine. I've also been losing subs, which feels pretty cool, he said sarcastically. It's just tough. It's a tough time to be a creator in the space as you try to figure out what to do for your channel. All cards on the table, for all being honest, it makes me pretty sad. Because, like, the saddest thing for me is that we've been doing our non-Warhammer streams, have the same couple people show up and hang out. And it's been a fucking banger. We've been having a great time. At least I think. I don't know. It's some of the better content I've put out, but it's just not Warhammer, so not a lot of people show up, I guess. So it's weird. I've had a lot more fun and a lot more community interaction than I've had in a long time with the non-Warhammer content, but it's also objectively, like, terrible for my channel's metrics. So it's like, don't know what to do with that. Dava's putting stuff, but not as much as Game 2, I'd say. Yes. Don't know. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with the channel right now. Also, real work is stressing me the fuck out. Because there's a lot of projects they want done right now, but they're not giving me any machine time, so I can't work on anything very much. They're prioritizing the machines for a bunch of other projects, but then every 2 weeks we have a meeting, and at the meeting they'll ask me, they're like, where are we at with this project? And I'm like, well, I got to work on it 2 days in the last 2 weeks that you guys let me come in and work on the machine, and I had 4-hour shifts instead of 8 working on those machines, so we got 8 hours of work done. So not very far. And they're like, you're still going to be done by June? And I'm like, nope, not at all. And we're working with this company over in Sweden, and they're shifty as fuck, and we shouldn't be working with them because they keep changing their story. And in science, you shouldn't be changing your story. But 2 years into working on this project with them, I asked them, I'm like, okay, I checked in a sub-paper of a sub-paper of a sub-paper, so 3 references down from your paper. They said they used methanol, and you said you copied them. Does that mean you're using methanol? And they said yes. And I'm like, all right. So in the last 10 meetings, we've been having all these issues. And I asked you, are you using 20% ethyl acetate, 80% IPA, like we are? They said yes. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, which is it? Are you using methanol or ethyl acetate IPA? Those are very different things. And they couldn't answer yes anymore. And they said, we're doing the methanol one. And I'm like, perfect. Why didn't you mention that 2 years ago? Okay. So now, today, I was just in there getting all new reagents, because all my reagents are in the wrong shit. So I have to get the powder form again, re-dilute it down in chloroform, and put that shit in 100% methanol. And then we have to get that to work. And if we get that to work, if that even works, if the methanol gets the peaks where I need the peaks, we're having serious saturation issues, and we're not getting the signal readout that we need. If that works, we have a big fucking problem, because standards tell you what your patient values are by comparison. All right, if I have a standard and I put in the standard I know this is 100 milligrams. In this is 100 milligrams. You run it on the machine, it looks like this. You put in another one. I know this is 50 because I put it in there. You run it on the machine, it looks like this. The computer gets a graph where it knows what 100 looks like, it knows what 50 looks like, it knows what 10 looks like, that kind of thing. And then when you put in a patient that you don't know, it spits out a thing, and then using the things I do know, I can take the size of the peak and go, okay, well, it's between 50 and 100 by this percentage. It's 70. This patient has a reading of 70. Great. That's great, human boy. Why are you so upset? If we treat the standards in methanol, but we treat the patients in ethyl acetate IPA, we can't fucking compare them. They're not the same thing. It's like, would you like a hot dog? How big is it? Somewhere between an octopus and a blade of grass. That's not a helpful comparison. So, like, I'm trying to figure out if this company even knows how to science correctly 2 years into a project that they want done by June. And I'm like, it's April 20th and we aren't past the design phase. I have to, if we get past the design phase, we have to validate it, we have to verify it, and then I have to teach everybody in the lab how to do it. We have to do it. This shit ain't getting done by noon. And not noon, June. And every 2 weeks we get back in a meeting and they're like, hey, Austin, that's my real name. Hey, Austin, how are we doing on ceramides? Is it going to be done by June? And I'm like, no! No, it's not. And what's not helping is I only get 8 fucking hours on the machines to actually run stuff to see if we can get this shit working or get the peaks separated or get our mass spectrometers in line. No, it's not going to be ready. We need a fuck ton more machine time. And we need this company to tell us what they're actually doing, instead of us dragging it out of them like it's a fucking interrogation over the course of 2 years. Anyway, I digress. We're into the game. Zeep is on Cathay this time. Random Nix is over here on Slaanesh. And Zeep does have... Zep, sorry. Has a Terracotta Sentinel, a Dragon Blood, a Shugoden Yort of Yang with the Jade Shield, 60% damage resistance, and the Dragon's Breath thing. We have a Sky Junk, 1 cannon, a whole bunch of Spearmen and Halberds, and then we have 4 Peasant Archers. I always ask for my hot dog octopus sized. Yeah. Finished watching my games through your stream, now I'm back. Now, what up, Lord Catterchan? What up, dude? It was a rough one, yeah. That ogre build versus Cathay, I saw it and I was like, uh-oh. Oh no, those cannons are gonna go boom boom. Okay. Rants aside, I didn't mention what Slaanesh has. Random Nix brought 2 Secret Chariots. We have a Herald of Slaanesh of Shadow with Pit of Shades. I really like Pit of Shades versus Cathay. Hell Scourges, otherwise basic Marauders, some Hell Scourges, and some Hell Scourges. And we have Exalted Demonettes, 3 of them, backing up the main front line. We have a Cultist of Slaanesh. We have 2 Cultists of Slaanesh, only one of them has the summon, which is good. That's fine. Lord Catterchan, if you feel free to share, what was the idea of the Fiends of Slaanesh versus Khorne? I'm actually curious about that. I'm curious about that. Like, what was the intended purpose? Not, obviously it didn't work that game, but I am curious about it in general. Cathay is going to start teeing off. Cannons are going to shoot at these little guys, but they're on foot, so they'll knock them around more than they'll kill them. Quick Pit of Shades, killing a Jade Warriors with Halberds, probably is going to take about half health off of it. Doesn't look like it was overcast, so. Just a quick and easy 300-ish gold value, 360. You'll love to see it. Congrats on joining ODM, by the way. Good sir. Sky Junk just shoots the Lord of Yang in the back of the head. Oh, that's funny. Anyway. Grand Cannon's still trying to fire, but they're kind of awkward at the slightly downhill angle. They haven't been able to see stuff for most of the game. You can see they're obstructed right now. They'll probably want to turn around and just shoot at the Secret Chariots, because then you're firing at a downhill angle, and you can actually see what you're shooting at, and it'll be more effective than shooting at these Exalted Demonettes. Meanwhile, all of the Peasant Archers should be shooting Demonettes of some kind. None of the Marauders. Marauders have shields for one thing, but they're also, you know, not nearly as important. The chariots are going to get in unhindered, and that's pretty bad for Cathay. I really think these cannons need to have turned around by now, but there's going to be a demonette summon that will shut them down immediately, so these cannons from Zeep are not going to last much longer. Peasant archers are getting destroyed by chariots and furies, and marauders are starting to slip in through the cracks. Another pit of shades is going to hit an entire unit of peasant spearmen, taking them out quite quickly. Wouldn't be surprised if they straight up routed after this. That unit's entirely gone. Slaanesh is ahead on the balance of power. The box has fallen completely apart, and now we just have a Skyjunk and one Terracotta Sentinel versus an entire army. And that'll be pretty bad for Slaanesh. Stacking Sporadic Muss on Charmed. Minus 13 melee attack, minus 5 melee defense passive. Slaanesh Lord does another minus 5 melee defense. They grind really well, though I thought the Soul Grinder might be better for bringing Sporadic Muss. Soporit. The Musk. It's the Musk. I'm not going to get that word right. Co-producing can be real tricky, even if there's no language barrier. There's no good communication between the workflow won't go well, and you're going to be late every time. Yup. Fiends are quite overpriced, according to David the White Lizard. Below weapon strength for 1300. Actually won against Khorne with this a few times. The Ballet Blows kills the Bloodthirster, but I protected bad with the spears until I pull out my Fiends after spawns were gone. Let's see. I see. That happens. Slaanesh using that campaign seduce mechanic on the Skyjunk for friendly fire. Can Cathay play competitively other than boxing? In a few matchups, yeah. I like a lot of cavalry versus Tzeentch. I think that's pretty fun. But they're heavily incentivized to box because of the harmony of yin and yang passives. It's just like box central. And there's so many, almost every faction in this game beats them in the mobile game. Like, you don't really want to go wide versus Khorne. You don't really want to go super wide versus Slaanesh. You're just going to get flanked, that kind of thing. So there's not a lot of matchups where you don't want to box. I do think Random Nix will be taking it. He's the Terracotta Sentinel, fights his worst enemy, foot characters. He even gets a Jade Shield upgraded. 44% damage resistance. I don't think it's going to matter too much. There's too much shit left. Slaanesh is running everything off the battlefield that isn't a single entity. That's kind of a crazy little thing. Oh, he's doing it. Okay. Cathay is taller dwarves. Yup. Big agree. Kind of a dwarves and Skaven had a bit of a baby. Rampaging Dragonblooded Shogunate into Exalted Demonettes. That's not great for her. And a Fury Summon's going to try and hurt the Skyjunk. Army losses is going to hit, leaving us just with the Terracotta Sentinel that cannot possibly defeat this entire army. That'll be a 2-0 for Random Nix. Cyrus, what is the meaning of this? You have sent me silliness. That's why I rightly called Cathay as the worst Game 3 faction. I like Cathay. I think they're fun. Random Nix really makes Slaanesh work versus Cathay. Random Nix makes everything work. He's a strong lad. Dragonblooded Shogunate again doing really well. Today is their day, apparently. Skyjunk did fine. Terracotta Sentinel struggled a little bit. Cannon really struggled. Halberds got murdered. Archers got murdered. Peasant Longspearmen got big murdered. For Slaanesh, Chariots did fine. Exalted Demonettes did fine. Marauders did fine. It was very spread out value. Also, thanks for the congratulations, but so far I'm only an ODM trial. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. I believe in you. So Random Nix advances to the finals. Now we got to see how close we are to Floof Butt. I mean, that could be Golden Floof versus Rinless, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Rat Tournament was Random Nix's in Zip's lobby. So I don't know if we have Rinless and Floof yet. Cyrus, why are you sending me lurking people? Why are you lurking? Of course you do. You play boxes. I hate them. Uh-huh. I only ever play boxes, Cyrus. You're right. You're right, as per usual. Okay, let's see where Rinless is. How's it going? I imagine they're in game, but we'll see. Beer, but bear too. I'm gonna grab a drink that's not water. You guys all keep an eye out for Rinless. Alright. Take 5. Oh boy. Oh boy. Boxes? Metal boxes? Our enemies hide in metal boxes to kill its differs. We should take away the metal boxes. Hmm. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sleepy. That's why I got a Diet Coke. Need some caffeine. I'm being sold off somewhere. I've seen that picture before, Cyrus. Chat friends. What do we do with the channel? How do we become the biggest, bestest YouTubes? There. We'll see what people say while we wait for Rinless and Golden Floof to reappear. Not that one. What map am I looking out for? These guys should be playing on Darkland Peak, the Deadwood, or Gore Gateway. Okay, so they're not around yet. Oh, Rinless messaged me. Finishing game 2 now. 2-0 or game 3 time? Oy. Just fly up right as the battle starts to start deleting demonettes. Yeah, Exalted Demonettes feel like they would die to a lot of Peasant Fire spells or something. Feels spendy. Rinless said they're finishing game 2. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a game 3 or for spectating game 3. Okay. Okay. Let me in. Have you tried being funnier? Got him. Okay. I'll let Golden though to open a slot. So apparently it's Golden Floof's lobby. Floof V. Guessing that's it. Cosplay feet content. I'm sure everyone's dying for that one. Do I need to cosplay as a foot, or what's happening? What's the idea here? Kiara's suggestion is the best. I do like streaming other games. It is pretty fun. So it's 1-1. We know that. And it is Rinless, who doesn't have LS in his name, but I know it's LS. Versus Golden Floof, who doesn't have LS in his name, but I know it's LS. Where's the clan pride, you guys? Come on. Boom. Whoever wins this will go fight Cumber Dinner. Whoever wins that will go fight Random Nicks, and then we'll be done. Cyrus, you have also shown me that one. You've shown me a lot of these anime memes. Not a legitimate request? Yeah, no, I figured. Play Outer Wilds. Random Nicks, you did suggest that. Did I see you wearing a UMD sweatshirt last night? Did you graduate from the University of Maryland, or are you still in the area? I graduated from the University of Minnesota Duluth. So I'm in Minnesota. I was born in Mankato, went to college in Duluth. I now work in Rochester. So bang, bang, boom, all still within Minnesota. Well, now you know where I live. Oh, no! It looks like we have Cathay Tzeentch. Which, I'm curious if Renless will try the build he saw me use, or if he'll just do the standard. But the build I used I like a lot. Just like a full Cav Rush. You get like 2 or 3 Longmas, you get like 3 or 4 Jade Lancers, a couple Peasant Horsemen, some Peasant Long Spearmen, and a couple Peasant Archers to just push up the front line, but it's mostly just Cav. It's kind of hilarious. I enjoy it. You drive through the Maryland campus on your way to work every day? Is it a good campus? It needs more undivided. Kiara, you're the only one who wants more undivided. You're the only one in the whole world. Even Bellacore is like, nah, Undivided should stay banned. I'm happy I'm outside shanking range of the 2 Skaven mains. Is it a good campus? No. Great. Okay. I generally call it close. No, I am not way too. I've never heard Way say such things. I will now refuse to elaborate. Perfect. What is with Way? I don't know. I don't know. Legatus Slaanesh is playing Elden Ring. I am tempted to stream my run-through of Elden Ring. I have not played it yet. I'm very excited to. But I also don't want spoilers. Excuse me. And I love the Dark Souls type games. And I kind of just want to experience them in my own way, you know, where I normally sit there, a pencil and paper, because I need to keep track of where I need to go. Because, you know, you go one way and you'll get stuck on something and you want to go a different way. But you need to remember you need to go back there. So I'll have like a list of places I haven't been yet. and do all that stuff and keep track of things. And I just kind of want to vibe, I just kind of want to vibe and do that. And streaming, I feel like I have to entertain you people. Because believe it or not, I'm not always this way. Believe it or not, when the stream isn't running, I kind of shut the fuck up. I'm not always talking all the time. I'm not always memeing about. Sometimes I'm just vibing. Hey, Hazel. Atlas, a big thing I've learned about Cathay lately is how important the overcast of Dragon's Breath is to most of their matchups. I do think the Yin was better, but Yang might be the lore for just that spell. Yeah, Dragon's Breath is super good. Can't believe y'all are playing Elden Ring, still playing Elden Ring. If it's a decent time, I'll watch without spoiling. That's not true. What's not true? Puppy. Puppy's in here. Yeah, Hazel's around. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. I find all the existing factions really boring. A lot of people have issues like that, Kiara. Start being annoying in real life to practice for streaming. If you always scream so much, Miss Rat would have left me already. Probably. Hazel Basil. Alright, what do we have? Rinless is on Cathay, Golden Floof is on Tzeentch. Got it. Tzeentch we haven't seen a ton of today. We have 4 Chaos Furies of Tzeentch, 1 Exalted Lord Change of Metal with Searing Doom and Final Trans, 1 Pink Horror, 2 Chaos Spawn, 3 Forsaken, and 5 Blue Horrors. Excuse me again. 4 Cathay, double cannon, triple Celestian Dragon Crossman, and 1 Jade Warrior Crossman. Why the Celestial Dragon Crossman? I'm very confused about that one. I'll have to ask him sometime. 5 Peasant Long Spearmen, 5 Jade Warriors with shields. We do have a Dragon-Blooded Shugonin of Yin with the Summon, Talons of Night, and Storm of Shadow. Okay. An Astromancer just as a mana battery. Thinking about the builds. Cathay's making a box. Tzeentch is going to walk up to that box, get shot a whole lot, and struggle. The Celestial Dragon Guard crossbowmen will not route to Furies very easily, so they will stand and fight. Other than that, I think the cannons are okay. And I don't think Tzeentch will push through the front line fast enough, so I think Cathay is going to win this just through the bump and grind. Who's messaging me? Oh, Kiara's mad at Ray. Which, to be fair, good. We must sow dissent and chaos. Alright, cannons are pounding into the Forsaken of Tzeentch. Blue Horrors take a little bit of the friendly fire. Cool, cool. Oh no. Cyrus is sending me more memes, but I will focus now. I'm gonna focus. I don't see the point of Storm of Shadows other than Winds of Magic regen, but we'll see. They can like to slow stuff. It's almost as if taking away all the popular factions, giving all the new ones little to no lore or meat. Tell them wasn't the best idea ever. I also find the Winds of Magic a little underwhelming, personally. Exalted Lord of Change taking a bit of poke, but these 2 crossmen are going to have a hard time really connecting with him, so he'll be just fine. Furies are getting the full surround, but Tzeentch is getting absolutely fucked up on the advance. He's not enjoying this whatsoever. Forsaken are almost going to rout. Everything else is just taking a little bit of poke. Yeah, that Exalted Lord of Change is fine. He's fine with it. Maybe put 1 cannon on him to keep him honest for the rest of the game. I don't know what else these cannons are going to shoot. There's no knights to really deal with at all. And there comes the big dive in from the Furies. So a lot of these Furies all bundle up on 1 cannon for some reason. That's kind of dumb of them. But the other ones actually do a good amount of damage to the Celestial Dragon Crossmen paired with some of the Blue Horrors. And a lot of damage is coming in onto these Crossmen that I would have expected to be a little tankier than that. First summon is out for Cathay. Things aren't going as well for them as I would have hoped in the front line. Now, they are still ahead on the damage value, but we'll see if that can hold up. These Furies are being also surprisingly tanky while surrounded by Peasant Longspearmen. I guess they're technically infantry and not large, quote-unquote, so they don't get the big anti-large bonus, etc. Pink Horrors, Blue Horrors all firing in, doing okay. Tzeentch is trying to claw back onto the balance of damage after the initial cannons and archers really messed them up bad. Spawn are pushing through, Forsaken are pushing through. We have some Terror routing Jade Warriors that will rally pretty soon. I don't think they're actually naturally routing, and Jade Warrior Crossmen are also running. Celestial Dragon Guard are doing okay. Cannons are routing, cannons are routing. There's a lot of routing units. If Tzeentch can get some of these Furies free to go chase them off the map, that would be pretty good. Blue Horrors and Pink Horrors are just having the time of their lives firing in, but there's going to be a 2-for-1 cast on the Talons of Night right now. And it will do okay damage. If it's overcast, it'll actually kill a lot of models. If it's not, it'll just poke down their shields and be annoying in general. And balance power is about even. Damage value is still going to Cathay, and they're actually pulling back ahead on the balance, the damage balance of power from earlier. I'm having deja vu right now for some reason. It's a little odd. Golden Floof does need to rally these Forsaken. They got to come back. It looks like he realizes that now. Exalted Lord of Change is walking around. We get a quick Searing Doom that's actually going to be juicy. Oh, it's going to hit like 3 units. Oh, no. Ow. Ooh, owie. That was good. That was good stuff. Cannons have rallied, but they rallied so far from their mounts that they pretty much don't matter. These other cannons are able to get back onto their mounts. Okay, they didn't get the bug. And this is going to be a big final trans. Yes, it is. Final transmutation hits like 4 or 5 units. It is going to follow this Lord, so she will pull it away from her own troops, it looks like, but still, good little poke there. Nice job from Tzeentch. And Golden Floof playing a pretty good game. Bounce power is back to almost even, slightly Cathay favored, and the damage values are evening up. But a big thing we mentioned earlier is that this cannon crew counts for a lot of bounce power, even though when they're off their cannons, they don't actually do very much. So maybe these spawns should be prioritized onto them or chasing off routing units. Maybe. Okay, Pink Horrors are firing. Ooh, at the cannons. And they destroy 2 models outright, just taking out all of the cannons' models, making that crew entirely worthless. That was a real good shot. They're going to get a follow-up shot just trying to rout them, but I don't think they noticed that all the cannon models are gone. Another big Storm of Shadows is going to kill even more infantry. And the Exalted Lord of Change is taking an extreme whooping here from getting shot by 3 different Celestial Dragon Crossmen. He does have to get off the ground, needs to run away. Another Fury Summon comes out from him, trying to rout off these Dragon Guard. And the bounce power is quite against Tzeentch. I would tend to agree. These are Ancestral Warriors, though. They will fade away. And other than that, Jade Warriors are all pretty beat up. These Celestial Dragon Crosswomen are doing okay. I think it's closer than the balance of power indicates. But it might just army loss Tzeentch here any second. We'll see. Quick little Searing Doom, gets good damage value. Tzeentch trying to stay in this game for just a moment longer. Where are those Celestial Guard? Okay, they despawned and still bounce powers this bad for Tzeentch. Oof, and his Lord getting caught up right now, taking a lot of poke damage will be the end of it, but that was a pretty good game. That was pretty good. Yeah. Undivided has no lore in the books. 8th edition or something. Skaven better than all existing factions combined at the moment, even if this is lots of fun. Yar. And that'll be it. Rinless will move up. These dragon guys were interesting. I mean, they got their value back. Damn. I wonder if he just takes them to, like, try and be tanky to the Furies? Dunno. Don't know. Jade Warriors died, but held for a long time. And a lot of this Shuggy Lord of Yin today. A lot of her. As for Tzeentch, Forsaken all got murked pretty hard. Pink Horrors tried. They almost paid for themselves. Furies did pretty well, actually. And Blue Horrors did just fine. Nice job, Rinless. Nice job. Golden Floof, well played, too. And Rinless will fight Comer Dinner. And then the winner of that will fight Random Nix. Let's go. Floof V. Let's do this. Host a game, host a spectator. Vermin League. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the map is Troll Run. Unlimited, ultra, difficulty, normal. Okay. And then I need Troll Run. Everything's set. Invite player, copy. Password 1, 2, 3. Rinless is here. He's on the bottom, so I'm going to have to switch which side his name is on. That show you want me to watch surpassed Attack on Titan with just 2 episodes. That implies Attack on Titan was any good. Which it's not. Fucking wrecked. Oh, Rusty's going to show up. Rusty's going to appear in the chat and be like, you what, mate? But it's true. Attack on Titan sucks. It's bad. It's a bad show. And if you enjoy something I don't enjoy, you're a bad person. And that's just that. That's a fact. You're not allowed to enjoy things. In the year of our Lord, 2018. I think that's how you spell his name. Commodore 12. Okay. Dude, if YouTube wasn't so against watching shows together, I would 100% watch shows with you guys. Wait, is there a way to watch movies together? Because I want to watch John Wick with you guys. Has anybody here seen John Wick? I would have cut the Astromancer or changed his role from Cloak. That's an interesting build. Astromancer mana battery is pretty good. He's also an AoE melee buff, which is good. Personally, I think the lore of Tzeentch is better versus Cathay. Pink and Blue Fire is great for the bump and grind. The Stationary Vortex is amazing. He's pretty good. Watch Sword Art Online or the other Attack on Titan episodes. You'll not bitch about them anymore. Yes, there is. Go to Twitch. Weren't people getting banned on Twitch for just watching movies with their people? Of course, we have seen John Wick. Dude, all right, John Wick is well done. And the reason it is so good. I love John Wick. I love John Wick. The reason it's so good is because whether you want it to be a serious action movie with good choreography and like all that stuff, it's like a shoot 'em up movie. Yeah, it's a good action movie. Like if that's what you want it to be, it is. If you want a comedy, it can be a comedy. But the art of John Wick, and this is not sarcasm, I legitimately think sorry. My person is having a hard time connecting. Try one more time or I'll rehost. Okay. So John Wick is legitimately good, and it's like the thing about it isn't that it's both a comedy and a good action movie. Like that's possible. You can have an action comedy. But like the thing about John Wick is you can sit down and 100% seriously just be like, I just want to watch a fucking action movie. And you can watch it and you'll be like, that was the best action movie of my entire life. Or if you sit down, you want to laugh your ass off, you can sit down and laugh your ass off. But the thing is, it's not like apparent to both parties that that's happening, right? Like, the comedy in it is that some of the action shit they're doing is so ridiculous, but if you sit down and actually want an action movie, you're not going to be as shocked about, like, oh god, it's so hard to describe. Anyway, it's not like they're busting out jokes and one-liners, but there's just really funny things. Like, the joke in John Wick, this is the best joke I can describe of what I mean, is he runs into a museum, he's running for some bad guys, and he puts together an old, like, a Civil War, like, revolver. He puts this whole thing together for legitimately, like, 3 minutes of screen time, puts one bullet in it, a guy walks in, he shoots that guy, 3 more guys walk in, he drops the gun and leaves. There's no laughs, there's no, like, laugh track, there's nothing like that, but that is objectively fucking hilarious. That, like, all of that was kind of for nothing. But the person just watching it for the action movie is like, fuck yeah, I just shot that guy, he built a whole gun, he's such a badass. Like, all this stuff, but it's just so good. And it's really fun to get together with some friends and, like, laugh along with it. It's super great. Renless, if you're still in the chat, we gotta join Cumber Dinner because you can't find us. It's so good, dude. Go watch Demolition Man. It's better than John Wick. It's great action, very funny, and also has deep stuff. Okay. That's fine. I think they do if you don't go under the specific category or something. I'm not entirely sure. John Wick redefine the action genre. Yeah. It was just good. Like, that's another thing, is it's just good. The choreography is really awesome in those movies. It's super great. I also love how much they lean into, like, it's John fucking Wick. It's so good. The accuracy of the movements and the lack of shaky cam did wonders. Yeah. Dude, in one of the movies, he uses a horse as a gun. He just starts pointing a horse around. He slaps its flank whenever he wants it to kick somebody. And he uses a horse as a gun, all right? Is it John Wick 2 where they kill the dog? No, it's John Wick 1. It's the first one. That's the first one. Long action sequences is going to be hilarious if they go on a while. Yeah, but it's like the concepts they're pulling off, too. It's just so good. There's a part, I think it's the second movie, where he gets hit. There were people, I don't know if this is true, but I heard there were people that complained that John Wick shouldn't have been able to move at the end of John Wick 1. He had taken too much, like, damage, so people were like, he would be in the hospital. And then in, like, the opening sequence of John Wick 2, he gets hit by, like, 5 cars in a row. And then he stands up and walks it off. Like, it's so fucking silly. It's awesome. The whole mythology building around him in the movies is so good. The Secret Society stuff, how legendary he is. Yeah. You working again, John? That is such... Oh, I love that shit, dude. When the cop shows up to his house and sees, like, 9 dead bodies behind him after numerous calls of noise complaints because he's in a gunfight in his house. And he just opens the door. He's talking to this cop. Hey, you working again, John? No, Larry. No. All right, well, you have a good night, John. Just leaves. Doesn't question it. It's so great. Or, it's just so good, dude. It's so good. I love those movies. I also love a lot of the actors in it. The actor that played the hotel guy, like the front desk dude, that guy's great. I saw him in a couple other things, and I'm always like, it's the John Wick hotel guy, but I don't actually know his name. And I hope he makes it big, because Morgan Freeman's gonna die soon. Like, he's just getting up there, and I feel like he could play the next, like, omnipotent person, you know, because he kind of has that air about him, like he's so refined. Because who do we even have left for, like, actors that play the smart people? Morgan Freeman's done acting pretty much. Damn it, who was that guy? The guy who played Magneto in the X-Men movies. Ian McGregor. No, not Ian McGregor. Fuck. The guy who played Gandalf. He's also getting older. I don't think he does much acting anymore. He was another wise guy. Patrick Stewart's getting older. He doesn't do much acting anymore. He was a wise guy. Like, not wise guy as in cracking jokes, but, like, Literally, oh, we need like a sage or something. I don't know. Generation is moving on. The guy who played Saruman died. Christopher Lee, I think. Ian McKellen, that's it. That's it. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, still love that guy. Best scene in the first movie. The implied terror and respect. Yeah, it's real good. Oh, the Expendables. I forgot about those. Those were good. That's so good. Fassbender? Oh, the old Magneto. Yeah, yeah. Look Discord. What? What's happening? Okay. Yeah, Ian McKellen's good. I mean, he's still going, but like, how much longer is he going to be around is my point. We need a new, like, wise person. Christopher Lee died, yeah. Danny DeVito? Maybe Danny DeVito's the new wise person in every movie. Like, if they make Bruce Almighty again, they need a god, they go to Danny DeVito. May I offer you an egg in this trying time? What? No. What? I need advice. Well, you get an egg. He does quite a bit of theater stuff here in the UK. That'd be fun. To go see Sir Ian McKellen. Bother him about Gandalf. I'm sure he gets bothered about Gandalf a lot. I think he'd love it if you brought it up some more. Gandalf! Gandalf! I want to go on an adventure, Gandalf. Sell me LSD, Gandalf. Do you think he's holding? He's probably holding. Isn't Ian McGregor, isn't he Obi-Wan Kenobi? They're making a new, if that's his name, but whatever. They're doing a new Obi-Wan series with him. And like, I am so fucking sick of Star Wars. So fucking sick of Star Wars. You have no idea. But I'm legitimately excited for that. I watched the 7th movie. It sucked ass. I didn't watch the 8th or the 9th. And then from what I heard about them, they sucked too. I didn't watch Boba Fett. I heard it was good. Didn't watch it. I didn't watch The Mandalorian. I heard from some people it was good. I heard from some people it was bad. So like, I've been kind of tuned out. But I am kind of excited for this Obi-Wan thing, because I just love that actor so much. I just want to see him do stuff. The Boys also has the serious vibe, but amazing action too. Kislev Mirror, you're going to see 6 sleds and 4 leopards. Maybe. Hazel, are you a leopard? Are you a leopard? Leopard puppy? Ewan McGrowler. Yeah, so it's not like Ian, but... Okay. Every wizard is holding. Let me get rid of this blocker. I know it's there. The dog's just pulling on me right now. Hazel Basil, you being a troublemaker. Hazel Basil, you being a troublemaker. Alright, we apparently have the Kislev Mirror. Go get it. Kislev Mirror. So on one side, for Cummer Dinner, I never know how I'm supposed to be saying his name. We have 2 sleds. We have Tsarina Katerin with Ice Breath, Frostfang, and Heart of Winter. Other than that, we have 2 Winged Lancers, a Griffin Legion in the woods, a bunch of armored Kossars up front, a dog biting my fingers. We have some Zargard up there as well, and Kossars of Spear. So a very mixed build from the VM lad. On the side of Rinless, we have an Ice Witch of Ice with the Blob Punishment spell and the Guardian Summon. We have 2 other Snow Leopards and 1 Patriarch for some healing. And Rinless also has 2 Heavy War Sleds, a bunch of Kossars, none of them with, wait, 1 with Spears. We have 1 Streltsy, and we have 4 Armored Kossars on the front. There's one thing about Sir Ian on the radio the other day about his return to acting because he's semi-retired apparently. Mandalorian is neither, it's just plain mediocre. Kenobi show will be about an Inquisitor chick. Oh, I see. Especially the day after Bicycle Day. Alright. So it's Cav versus single entities. Who will win? Otherwise, the armies are pretty similar. I guess there's a slight infantry advantage for Dinner. Slight, because he has some Zardarker. But when chariots go bird, do you even care if you have infantry? Dog biting my fingers must be a new Kislev unit? Yeah, it is. It's a pretty good one, too. Oh, my brother's messaging me at an inopportune time. Sorry, brother. Disney's literally stuck in an era called the dark times of Star Wars. Pretty appropriate. They won't show prequels. They can't really show sequels. I also am just a little burnt out on, like, the Star Wars IP for right now. I'm kind of over it. It's like, who's the next Skywalker? Or Boba Fett? Or Jango Fett? And it's like, God, dude, just, like, do an original story in the universe. Not everything has to be blood-related. It's literally a galaxy's worth of people, and anyone who matters comes from, like, one of 4 last names. Anyway. War sleds are now getting involved. They kind of fuck up these armored corsairs pretty bad, but it looks like Renless's double heavy war sleds will be there to counter. They'll do okay damage. They're not incredible in melee combat. They just like charging stuff, so chariot versus chariot action isn't as hot as you might think it would be. Streltsy, meanwhile, are going to try and poke down the other chariots, and the big single entity blob of Renless is going to catch the winged lancers dead in their tracks and start doing some pretty good poke to them, all things considered. Snow leopards aren't having the best time, but Dinner's superior... That name just feels so weird coming off the mouth. Superior mobility is going to kind of dominate the backfield, so Renless is going to have to be quick about killing stuff with a single entity blob. Otherwise, he'll lose his backline pretty quickly. And the Streltsy are about to feel the pain of a heavy war sled. Still has 4 out of 4 models, even though it's very injured. And it looks like Yellow is throwing down a Heart of Winter over here. Gonna get some okay damage, but it looks like most of these things will be able to move away just fine. Single entity squad plus some chariots are now moving to the back line of Yellow, trying to take them out, while Red Kislev is honestly kind of out of sorts. Damage is very even, slightly favoring Mr. I'm going to just say KD. Mr. KD is doing fine. Revan in the Old Republic era is just sitting there. Granted, I don't really trust them to adapt well. We can talk about that in a second, Pious Skeleton, but you're right. You're right. You're very right. Heart of Winter from Renless is on the backside of KD. Hits about 3 units. Does pretty okay damage to them. One of the Snow Leopards is back from routing. He does need to get rallied pretty quickly, though. And then the balance of power is dead even if you look at the damage or you look at the middle. That's kind of rare these days. There is no healing for the yellow war sleds. I'm actually just realizing that. There's no Patriarch for KD. So he gets what he gets. He ain't getting nothing back. Quick little Ice Breath, but ooh, this is a big, big moment for Renless. He needs to kill the Tsarina here with the double Snow Leopard and the Patriarch all on top of her with no support nearby. It's that or the heavy war sleds. Both are good targets, so honestly they're just fighting anything in this little area, and that is super good for them. But KD's Griffin Legion and Winged Lancers have been doing the work of the gods on the side, just routing out the Streltsy, routing off the Cossars, routing off a ton of things. Renless's heavy war sleds are very, very healthy, and they can just kill all this infantry infinitely. So I'm starting to think that Renless is going to take this game, and the balance of power does agree with me a little bit. He has healing, he has single entities, his chariots are very healthy at this point in the game, and I don't think the cavalry is going to matter that much. This is a last-ditch attempt from KD to take this back. He's currently surrounded all the single entities and so much cavalry they can't even move. And now he's just trying to beat them down. He does have some infantry support coming in here as well, but this just leads me to think the next Heart of Winter is going to kill all of these cavalry and then let this single entity squad roam. The Tsarina's here throwing down Standard Ground to try and support her men, but it does just wear off now. A little bit of Armored Kossar Fire is going to poke down these heavy war sleds for Renless, and Renless has almost no infantry support. One of his Snow Leopards was a summon, so faded away. This one's real over here, the one that's super injured. It's fighting heavy war sleds. It's happy about this. We can get any attacks off. I think each attack it gives will kill off an entire model. So the fact that he's getting stun locked right now is really bad because he just wants to attack one time and kill something, but the Armored Kossars do it for him. It looks like that war sled will rout. KD is very far behind on the balance power at this point. He's just trying to chase down some of Renless's routing units, but he knows it might be over. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think there's much you can do at this point. Renless is trying to heal up this Snow Leopard. Looks like it's not close enough to his Patriarch to get the little boon. The last charge of the war sleds. Killing the Zargard. What can men do against such reckless chariot? Why do I have 5 messages? Oh, okay. My brother's talking to me. Seems fine. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. There's no hope here, Gandalf the Grey. Zarina's just out here hunting down some innocent Kislevites she happens to disagree with. Her army passive pops just due to army losses, and it will be over, and Rinless will take game 1! Stretch. They could have made KOTOR and had success. Instead, they started, after buying the IP, with killing legends. So they eat what they cooked. Revan in the Old Republic era is just sitting there. Yeah, dude. KOTOR was so good. I am thinking about doing a KOTOR run on stream, but the combat system is so aged that I kind of get sad. And there's a lot of games I want to play on stream right now. They'll even F up a KOTOR remake. It's very likely. According to some rumors, they would have gotten a KOTOR trilogy written by Game of Thrones' Dumb and Dumber, and Brie Larson would have been Revan. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, that's gross. If that's true. So, for KD, Sleds did okay. Honestly, the Griffin Legion did pretty well. Good for them. Wing Lancers did fine as well. The Cav did well. The problem was just the infantry all died, and Katarina alone was not any match for the single entity squad of an Ice Witch, a Patriarch, the double Sleds, and the double Snow Leopards. And then Rinless's infantry got big dumped on, but it didn't matter. Okay, I'm going to update the score. I'm going to throw up a blocker, and then I have to pee. Then I have to pee, so Rinless gets a point. And the stream is stuck alone because Hazel Basil's not even here to keep you company. Goodbye forever. I'm not coming back. Goodbye forever. I'm not coming back. Nope. Fuck you people. You're all alone. Forever. Do you need to go outside? Hazel needs to go outside. I'll be right back. Come on. You go outside. Basil, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, hi. Hey, bud. Okay, hi. Hi. I love you too. Oh, hi. Hi. Yes. Oh, boy. You're all tangled. Oh, no. Not in the cords, bud. What's up? How's it going? Yeah? You miss your mom? You don't like that she's at work? You have to be a lonely puppy all day? Well, I have 5 games left at most. Minimum of 3. And then I'll come play with you. Because it's rainy outside and we can't walk you. But I'll come play with you. Yeah. We'll play some better couch. You love better couch. We'll play some inside fetch. Because you're really bad at outside fetch. You can only play inside fetch. Outside, you suddenly forget how everything works. Yeah. We'll play some tug. You love tug. Yeah, you do. You love tug, especially on really small toys that are hard for Dad to hold. Yeah, you just love playing tug with the small toys. Alright. How's chat doing? As much as I dislike Disney, it's probably fake. Sounds like a rumor made to piss off fans. Probably. Probably. What does Cyrus want? Alright, Cyrus just sending me more anime memes. More anime memes. What do I have going on tomorrow? I work till noon. And then we have Vermin League stream at night. I could play something else in that time. I don't know. I'll ask the Discord if I end up streaming something. Excuse me, little Hazel Basil. Pious Skeleton. I see you're new in the chat. If anybody here is not subbed to the channel, please do so, because we have actually lost subscribers over the last 3 days, and that makes me sad. It makes me sad. But if you don't want to subscribe, I get it. I get it. It's just... It just makes me cry a lot. And it's your fault, but no, it's fine. You don't want to do that. It's fine. You could just play yourself. What do you mean? What? If you mean just play alone off the stream, I can, yeah. I haven't played a game on my own in a long time, though. I've been super busy, and then recently I'm getting less busy, which is why I've been streaming more. Which has been fun. Okay, goodbye, Hazel. Tzeentch versus Cathay. I already did, my dude. Ah, yeah, let's go. Hold on, hold on. Yeah! The Pious Skeleton bumped us back up to 1.47k. If you did just sub. If you subbed a long time ago, then you didn't do that, but thanks. You know what? We're just still going to give you the credit, even if you didn't. I was making a joke about the Blazers. I mean, you have to hold out for the Immortal Empires. Subscript explosion. I hope so. Oh, dude. I was worried, man. I was worried Game 3 wouldn't have as many subs as we hoped, and then it launched kind of me. Alright, what are we doing here? Dr. VM KD on Kairos Fate Weaver. I haven't seen Kairos for a long time. It's just been Exalted Lords of Change. So, we have 2 Screamers of Tzeentch, 2 Furies of Tzeentch as well. Kairos Fate Weaver, the Lord himself. Blue Horrors mixed with Forsaken. And some pink horrors in the back. No Chaos Spawn. Otherwise, a very similar build to what we saw earlier. For Rinless, we have 2 Long Marauders, 1 Grand Cannon of Cathay, a Dragon-Blooded Shogun and Lord of Yin with the Slow Spell, the Whoosh Whoosh, Talons of Night, and Celestial Ancestral Guardian Summon. Astromancer Mana Battery, we have triple Jade Warrior Crossman, no Celestial Dragon Crossman this time. We have Jade Warriors and a crap ton of Peasant Long Spearmen and more Jade Warriors. I'll tell Renless he's getting a little close to the white line with the setup he's got going. Just because I can already see it happening. Where it's like, yeah, that's pretty close. Eh. There. What do you mean, Hank? Rats literally play themselves with friendly fire every fight. Yep. God, I hate this map. Yeah, Zep. Yeah. Yeah. Have a peanut. No. Geese Howard. What is this? What's this? What do you want? Who is this? Who are you? Okay. Geese Howard has a replay for me too. Great. Is this better? Otherwise I'll move somewhere else. That's better. I mean, Tzeentch, you and I know Tzeentch isn't really going to flank him that hard anyway. Well, the flyers kind of want to go somewhere. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. TY, good sir. Alright, and I'll read Geese Howard's messages a little bit more later. Warhammer 3 land battle maps really need some help. Oh yeah, they do. Oh yeah, they do. Huh. Alright. If what Geese Howard sent me is true, then that's a wild thing indeed. Okay, so Kairos is immediately going to want to reorient his army, try to get a flank in. Though he's going to get harassed by a cannon the entire time, which is a good thing to do. I talked about this a little bit at the end of Warhammer 2's lifetime, but it only really applies to Cathay. But if you have a ranged faction, it's usually smart not to deploy in the middle, just so you make your opponent re-kerfuffle their entire line. And when they're re-kerfuffling, you're shooting them with artillery. Because when you have artillery, you want to delay the engagement as long as possible. Though usually artillery is too slow to kite away. Ha! Ogres! Anyway, so how you have to do that is just surprising your opponent. Usually. Rinless is moving away from the white line even, so this is extra fine, and now we don't have to worry about it. Perfect. Quick little blue fire cast. Pokes the Drag-Blooded Shogunate of Yin, but it looks like Rinless landed her to try and dodge some of it, which is a pretty good play. And yeah, these Longmas are overextending just a little bit. I don't love their chances in a 2v5. Because while the Chaos Furies of Tzeentch are almost worthless against them, I mean, the Screamers should theoretically do well. They are anti-large armor piercing after all. But Rinless is going to take the fight. These Longmas happen to get the charge on the Screamers of Tzeentch. That'll be pretty good for them. And over here, if there's any form of blob punishment spell, that'd be good from the Lore of Yin, but I don't think they really have one. You could summon a... Would a Talons of Night cast on the ground hurt everything in the sky? I'm curious, because a lot of Vortex spells do. And if you could, then that would be great to use here. But this is not looking great for Cathay, and they're now starting to pull out, especially as the range support of Tzeentch comes in. One Screamer is dead, but a Longma Rider took most of its health in damage, and it's even terror routing now. Some pink horror shots chase it into the distance. Okay. Cannon is moving up for Cathay. It's actually getting past the front line a little bit, which could be problematic. And Rinless realizes that, and he's now going to pull it back. Alright. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. And we are repositioning at the moment. Tzeentch is pulling forward, letting some shields recharge, normal stuff. And a quick little blue fire on the wounded Longma. Is going to store some good hits. Ouchies. Though a couple go wide for no reason, just at the ground. Oh, there's a dead Longma there. Okay, they're aiming at the dead one. Seems fine. Cannons are having a very hard time on this map. There's a lot of maps that cannons have a hard time on. So they're also fucking bumpy. They'll just now start to see the Forsaken crest the hill, and I can imagine they'll just unload on them as soon as they get over. Yep. Having a grand old time. The air squad is chilling off to one side. Looks like Screamers of Tzeentch are riding out to meet them. Maybe you take that fight and just 2v1 the Screamers down with the pink horrors behind... Sorry, blue horrors behind the Screamers. They won't have great arcs of fire. But who knows. The front line is colliding. These cannons have had a very, very hard time getting anything done, and a quick Storm of Night... Talons of Night, sorry. It's gonna just destroy these two units. Is it overcasted? I don't think that's overcasted. Otherwise we'd be doing a lot more. That's undercasted. Yeah, especially if he's gonna pop a summon right after it. That's undercasted for sure. The Longmas do end up fighting. They kill the Screamers almost immediately. This full health Longma can beat the Furies and Kairos for sure. Kairos is a terrible melee combatant. Let's just see if the blue horrors can get in any of the damage they need to get done. Little 2-for-1 action as Peasant Longspearmen cross through the Jade Warriors Crossmen. They all get harassed down, but Drag-Blooded Shogun of Yin is going to stop some Pink Horrors. And more Pink Horrors are getting shut down by the Ancestral Warriors. Cannon is trying to fire at anything it can. Longmas are rallying once again. And the Air Force for Kairos is getting rather thin. He himself is about to get surrounded soon, though Longmas have a very hard time killing a single entity, even though Kairos is a terrible melee combatant. Tzeentch and Furies dive in to get shot in the back by their own friends. Cannons are still firing over there, but it's mostly just a distraction game for Cathay right now, as Cathay is going to start stabbing and poking. The hacking, burning axes, blah, 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 from Isengard. Alright, they did literally no damage to Kairos because Longmas suck at fighting single entities for some reason. I really don't know why they're so terrible at it, but they are. So instead they dive on blue horrors, which are also terrible at killing. Longmas are only good at killing multi-entity flying units. Everything else, I don't know why, they're just horrible at killing. That looks like it was overcasted, or is it undercasted? It's still probably undercasted if we have another Ancestral Warrior summon coming out. I would have preferred that just be overcasted if possible. Kill all 3 of those units. Rather than get a random summon out. That's just me. Kairos is landing on the cannon. He's going to try and take it out, but he gets shot in the face for his efforts. Staggered back. This lady's out here, vibing, living her best life, fighting pink horrors all day. Longmas are still fighting the blue horrors, and I kind of expect them to lose it at this point. But it's looking doom and gloom for Tzeentch. A lot of that balance of power is held up by Kairos being full health, but he's definitely not that kind of character. Not gonna lie, I hate Longmas. I view them as a necessary evil, but I also hate them. Like, whenever I use a Longma, it always just kind of feels like, oh god, if I didn't need you to protect me in the skies, oh, you're trash. They're very expensive too, they're 1,500. Which they dominate the skies as long as you're fighting something else with multiple models, like I said. But single entities, forget about it, dude. They're terrible. They're terrible at killing single entities. You ever tried to fight a Bloodthirster with a Longma? Doesn't do anything. The Bloodthirster just very slowly kills them all. Tzeentch friendly fires one of his own pink horrors that was surrounding the Shugenin, but does do some good damage, so I guess it's not all bad. Kairos needs to get back in the sky and fire some blue fires, and everybody's just going to fire it from the ground. It does okay little damage there. I do think it's probably too little too late. As the cannons are back online, 4 out of 4 models, they don't have their bug. Crossmen are shooting in, and there's just a pile of Cathay left. Oof. You need them, but don't let them get on the ground. Yeah. It just sucks. You have to invest a lot to dominate the skies. Cathay doesn't have a cheap flying unit. Kairos is going to get minus 45% speed, just trying to stop him from running away if he does. Pendulum from Kairos doesn't really do that much damage. We'll see. It did okay. But it's looking doom, it's looking gloom, ladies and gentlemen. There's one blue horror with no ammo fighting a Longma and a Jade Warrior, and then there's Kairos, and that's it for Tzeentch. Tried Bloodthirster versus Shlongmas. It went badly for my Shlongmas. The Ligma Balls Riders. So we will have the final of Rinless versus Randomnix. Unless something stupid happens. Army losses kicks in. In 4 or 5 minutes, we'll be able to get on to the next game. Takes a cannon to the face to end it. That's pretty good. Alright. Will Randomnix lose a game? Let's find out. I'm still betting on him over Rinless. I love my boy Rinless. But I just gotta go with my heart. I gotta go with my heart. I think Randomnix is the favorite out of these two. Rinless, I know you're mad. I know you're mad. But I think he's got it. I think he's got it. A wild Wednesday night tournament from Turin. Domination mode. Okay. I have D&D tonight. I probably won't play in that. But maybe I will. We'll see. No, I won't play in that. I have D&D. Fuck that shit. Alright, dude, Screamers, people keep trying to tell me Screamers of Tzeentch are good, and I just never see it. Screamers of Tzeentch look terrible. Randomnix doesn't know what losing game is. Rinless has been popping off, it looks like. He has been, but I'm just saying, Randomnix has looked, he's built different. Randomnix is built different. I think he'll beat me too, don't worry. Alright, Randomnix, let's fucking go. I see the Randomnix lobby. I just need a thingy. Cyrus is messaging me? What do you want? That's about all I have. Alright, that's fair, dude. That's fair. Thanks for another anime meme. Let me in! Let me in! Let me in! Okay, I yelled at him enough. I think he'll let me in. You don't like being the overdog? Too bad, dude. Stop winning. Stop winning at stuff. So today's winner gets $10 plus a crap ton of Vermin League points. The tournament tomorrow that's in a North American friendly time, they'll change our Discord picture, which is currently a dinosaur from a kid's show that I'm now forgetting that Rinless put for us. But whoever wins tomorrow's tournament, we'll change it to something else, as we try to do once a week. So will Random Nicks or Rinless win 10 whole dollars plus a shit ton of Vermin League points? But 10 whole dollars. Rinless is in the same spot. Yay, we love that. We love not having to move the names. So we just get Random Nicks. We take away Rinless's point because he doesn't deserve it anymore. And that's it. Oh, Random Nicks has an extra M. Sorry, Random Nicks. Got him. Those are the right priorities. D&D over a tournament. Yup. They're decent against ogres and cavalry if you pair them up. They're actually traded well against gorgers pre-patch. Random Rat's the biggest, the baddest. Whew. Alright, what does my brother want? If anybody out there cares about Cloud9 drama from League of Legends, here we go. Is it storming outside? Hold on. Hold on! This is big news. It's raining. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, it's raining. So Cloud9, what's my brother want? Everyone is blaming Summit without actually saying anything. C9 probably going to cut him and he's 100% the MVP. Very possible that C9 added Summit, Winsome, Berserker, in the LS in the offseason, keeps none of them after one split. Allegedly considering Fudge, Blabber, Jensen, Sven, Isles for summer. I heard that too. But from people that had no information inside C9. So I'm skeptical. Alright. Boom. Responded to my brother. Game's already starting. Rinless and Random Nicks just fucking blowing through this pick and ban phase. I don't even notice what factions we're playing. It's already gone. Are there any prerequisites to join the tournament tomorrow? Gorgers got nerfed into the Florgers because they got smashed into the floor. Yes. No, you can just sign up. It's fine. The only reason it says NA is just to let North American players realize that it's in their time zone so they can play. Because they're... As an NA player, I was kind of just assumed every tournament that was posted would be EU friendly, and I assumed it wasn't for me. So if I was ever working, I just wouldn't sign up for one. And it's like, hey, this one's late at night North America time. You can actually maybe sign up. Lucky you had some snow yesterday. Yeah, we had snow a little bit ago, but it didn't stick, thankfully. Also, hey man, how you doing? Hope you're feeling a bit better from your soiree to the hospital zone. Hope you're feeling good. That was a while ago, but still. Alright, so for Random Nicks, we have an Alchemist and Astromancer. Astromancer is just a mana battery. The Alchemist is just a spell buffifier. We do have 4 Peasant Longspear, and we have 5 Jade Warriors with the gold chevrons, triple cannons, and we have a Dragon Blooded Shooter of Yin. That's all fine. Close enough. He's like kind of close to the white line if we're all being technical, but he has no archers to punish anything that flanks him, so if stuff runs along the white line, it's not like he can kill it, and these cannons can't see over that hill, so I think it's fine. I think he's got a fine position. For in this, we have Costified Dervishes, 4 of them. Looks like, yep, 4 Dervishes. Streltsy, 2 Winged Lancers, a whole lot of Kossars, and then a front line of Armored Kossars. We have an Ice Witch of Ice, and we do have a Patriarch. So it's a big old Kislev walk at you and kill you blob. NA players don't get good times for tournaments typically. True. We'll see if Random Nix's this build can lose. It's won a lot today versus Kislev and Cathay. And we have a kitty. We have a kitty, everybody. Look at the kitty. Who gives a shit about the game? Look at the kitty. Look at the little moo cow. Look at the little moo cow. Yeah. Oh, you're so good. Oh, you're such a good boy. Triple cannons are firing. Triple cannons are hitting, and one armored Kosar is already down to half health. Oh, look at the kitty. He just loves his scritches. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. You're a very good boy. Oh. You're a good lad. Cannon's still firing out. Now they're starting to poke some horsemen. Still shooting a bit of the hello, yes. Oh, you're such a good boy. Dad loves you. They're starting to get some poke onto the Cav. It looks like the Cosified Dervishes are running in from the back. They do get the Storm of Shadows onto them, slowing them down slightly before they slam into these cannons, knocking them off their mounts already, and we'll see if the bug applies. Meanwhile, these other dervishes were caught by Jade Lancers in the trees. They do get popped their Kislevite passive and just run past them unbreakable for a brief moment. They are going to get the charge on the rear of the cannons. Can they knock this crew off too? If they can get the bug, they'll instantly delete an 800 gold unit and then die, but that might be worth it for them. Randomnix's micro is good enough that I've assumed by now that he's trying to get back on his mounts, and he can't. So it looks like 2 of his cannons are knocked out. That's 1,600 gold value lost. And that's fucking brutal for the heroic sacrifice of these 2 dervishes. The Kislev front line isn't even here yet. Winged Cosified Dervishes are getting a little aggressive on the front line. It looks like Jade Lancers have just been sweeping the back area. But he's going, Rinless is going for one more charge with these dervishes. He's trying to knock out the last cannon. He knocks them off their mounts yet again. Though actually, I don't know if he knocked those ones off their mounts or if Random Nix just took them off. But he is charging in on all sides, trying to take out some more of the cannon models. I hate how much these dervishes get caught up on the cannon models themselves. They start to destroy a couple, but I think if the other 2 bugged, then the third most likely bugs. And then all 3 cannons are just going to be out and done already. Who is this little kitty? Yes, she's very good. This is Ed. He's a friend. Now, this is a great start for Kislev. Now, the damage value goes to Cathay, and the balance of power is slightly Cathay favored, but knocking out 3 cannons this early, that's, 800 times 3. That's 2,400 gold value off the map for the cost of 4 horsemen, which are 1,600 gold value combined. So that's definitely a trade-up. And without the cannons constantly punishing, Cathay's going to have a much harder time on the ground. Quick Heart of Winter cast. I don't really know what that was trying to hit. Maybe there was more stuff around here earlier, but these Jade Warriors are going to move away. And a quick Talons of Night sacrificial cast. It's going to kill the Jade Warriors, but it's also going to hurt the Winged Lancers and Kossars a lot. So, I like that. I like that Skaven sacrifice there. But Random Nix is in trouble. Rinless is catching back up on the damage value. His dervishes are still running around the back line. They're very hard to kill, even with Jade Lancers. Jade Lancers will win the straight-up 1v1, but dervishes are faster. And the Jade Lancers don't win it quickly, so they are running around. The Snow Leopard summon is out on the field from the Ice Witch. It looks like it's chasing random stuff. I accidentally rotate my map while I'm trying to pet this cat, who's very insistent about it while also casting this game. The Streltsy in the back for Rinless are completely fucked up. They're very, very barely alive. And the Dragon-Blooded Shugonen, the only lord with, the only hero or lord with actually any spells, is getting damaged. Remember, those are 2 mana batteries standing around the middle of the field, so the balance of power likes them a lot more than it should, all things considered. The game doesn't know that they don't have any spells. So really what we have here for Random Nix left is 1 Jade Warrior, a Peasant Longspear, a Winged Lancer, a Jade Lancer? Jade Lancer, a half-health Lord, another Peasant, and then another 2 injured Jade Warriors. So, that has to win this whole game. Now, to be fair, Kislev isn't looking so hot either. They have some armored Kossars. They have a couple Streltsy left getting a little bit of poke off. They have an Ice Witch and a Patriarch running around. Balance of Power is dead even. This is a close fucking game. Now my nose is itchy because my cat's shedding and all the hair is hitting me. I don't have allergies or anything. It's just literally, flecks of cat hair hitting my face. Ancestral Warrior Summon over here looks pretty good. We're going to have some big breaks coming in as Kislev's passive starts to wear off and they run away. Cool, cool, Kachu. Looks like Armored Kossars are still fighting the good fight over here. Are these just regular Kossars? Oh, those are regular Kossars. Okay, they're not going to fight the good fight. They're going to fight the bad fight. And Cathay once again pulls ahead on the balance of power. Another Talons of Night is summoned down to do damage to these Armored Kossars. And the triple gold Chevron Jade Warriors are pretty much unbreakable, I'm noticing. It's kind of crazy. So how do we feel? How do we feel? I'm still kind of favoring Kislev, in all honesty. I have no reason to. It just feels like Kislev's going to win. There are some dervishes up here that have been briefly forgotten. They will need to be rallied, but like, looking at Cathay, that full health unit is going to disappear soon. Random Nix has been using mana like a madman, so I find it hard to believe he still has tons left in the tank. Though I guess he does have the mana battery and can keep casting spells with the Shuganon lady. But what does he have to kill the Patriarch and the Ice Witch? I don't know. His Jade Lancers are fucked up. A lot of things are fucked up. He has one full health Peasant Spearman. It looks like we have a Heart of Winter getting cast on the far side, trying to do a little bit of poke damage. And Cat, you are so sheddy! You are so sheddy! Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Jeezy Pete's. That's a pretty good Heart of Winter cast over there. Random Nix is hanging in there. I actually don't know who's going to win this. I'm getting concerned that Cathay just has a lot of shit left. You know? There's just a lot of garbage. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Everybody loves the kitty. So that Heart of Winter is still going. Those Jade Warriors died. The summon faded away, and Rinless is back ahead on the balance of power just barely. Armored Kossars are over here fighting Jade Warriors. And another Talons of Night is going to hit these Kossars. That's not a cheap spell, though, so he's been using a lot of expensive spells. I have to think he's at least depleting his mana pool slightly. Slightly. I would refocus the camera onto the cat, but this is actually a really good game, so I do need to stay focused this entire time. I'm sorry to say. Jade Lancers are fighting their last against these Kossars, but these are not armored Kossars, they're just Kossars. Pretty bad tier infantry. The Dervishes have been rallied and brought to the fore, along with the Patriarch and some Winged Lancers. He's trying to heal up this whole little blob, and then something gets cast. Storm of Shadows slowing down these Winged Lancers. And these Kossars are firing their last few shots in the Peasant Long Spearman. Random Nix has a lot of random troops left, though. There's 2 full health Peasant Long Spearmen around. That sure a random Heart of Winter could take out, but that was ambitious. I hope that was canceled in some way. I feel like that was a waste. These 2 units were already kind of fucked, and the only one that was barely in it was this one, and now they're just going to walk away. That was a wasted Heart of Winter in my mind. Oof. Cannon's getting routed by the very, very tattered Kosovo Dervishes. Just some free value up there. Nothing really they care to get out of it. These Kossars are doomed. They need to turn and fire at something because there's no way they're coming back. Another Talons of Night. It's going to... Jade Warriors are trying to dodge their own friendly fire. They take a little bit of it as the Patriarch piles in, but Random Nix is cleaning up all of these troops so effectively. Dervishes. Do we have any Winged Lancers left? A couple. They're about to die to these peasants, and you kind of want to. I want a Heart of Winter for the late game, but there have been so many of them cast. I have to think Rinless is out of mana, because what's going to kill these 2 relatively healthy Peasant Long Spearmen? I don't know. Kislev is ahead on the balance of power. Kislev is just behind on the damage value. They're routing off Jade Warriors. They're routing off the Grand Cannon. Armored Kossar is going to fight Jade Lancers. Alright. This is getting close. Kislev does still have healing. Storm of Shadows is cast onto somebody. Looks like it's cast on Kosovo Dervishes. So he's just casting Storm of Shadows to get Winds of Magic back. Goes for the rear charge on the Patriarch. Patriarch's going to try to turn, and all these Dervishes are going to pile in, also to keep her in place. If the Patriarch can get in a few good shots onto her right now, that could end the game. As Winged Lancers go for a rear charge just before they're going to break. They're going to break any second now, but they will fight. Another Talons of Night comes out, kills all the Dervishes and the Armored Kossars who are running away. The Patriarch didn't manage to get any hits onto the Dragon-Blooded Shuganon. She's going to get away largely free and clear from that experience. It's 3 single entities who are mages and theoretically not good in melee combat versus 2 bear casters. Yeah, wait. No, bear and a horse. A bear and a horse person, and they maybe, hopefully, potentially have one Heart of Winter left in them. These Armored Kossars and Peasant Longspearmen are going to fight to the death. I don't think either of them will really end up mattering in this game. The balance of power favors Kislev. The damage value is just about dead even. The Bears are beating up the Alchemists. And their problem now is they don't have a lot of single entity killing power. None of the spells on the Shuggy Lord of Yin really do anything to single entities. And, I want another Heart of Winter right now. No, they were used so much earlier on already dead units. Oh, they gotta be able to kill all these Peasant Longspearmen. Another Talons. God, that Winds of Magic bug where you can just cast infinitely is so oppressive. If you have, like, the right items and stuff, and you just get so much Winds of Magic recharge, you defy the limit. That's so fucked up. This lady's trying to save up, but imagine if she had a Heart of Winter right now, man. Imagine it. Just imagine it. Boom. Everything's dead. Tries to get a rear charge in on these Peasant Longspearmen. What is nice is there's nothing of yin around here. It's all yang, so they're not getting their bonus anymore. Balance of power shifts back in the favor of Cathay slightly. I mean, it's more even, but it used to be in the favor of Kislev, so it's still better. Alchemist is going to rout. One person routing can give everybody else a debuff, so maybe we can start a mass rout here. Ice Witch is getting her shit kicked in by the Dragon-Blooded Shuggy Lord. She is trying to get out and cycle charge. Storm of Shadows is slowing her down. The Patriarch clubs the Astromancer in the face. Cloak of Jet, Snipe and Unspottable. Randomix is just casting a spell to get more Winds of Magic regen going. Ice Witch is getting very low. I don't think she's popped her Kislevite passive, though. She can go Unbreakable for a little bit. She will start going Unbreakable. She's trying to heal up next to the Patriarch. I wonder if the Patriarch has any heal casts left, but it looks like the Peasant Longspearmen are going to drag them down, as there hasn't been another Heart of Winter left in the tank for them. Unfortunately. And some pretty bad RNG on attacking this Dragon-Blooded Shuggy Lord. 40 melee defense versus 90 melee attack, and he's still struggling to hit her. Oh, God. That's abysmal. Tor's Battle Hymn is cast now, but she shatters. Army Loss does kick in. That's a rip. Just a little more conservative plays on those Heart of Winters, and could have had the game. Oof. It's tough. Dragonblood, oh my god, this Lord is ridiculous. 3,300 value on them, but also, like, they just took, like, no damage in melee combat. I can't tell if that was bad RNG or that Lord is just stupid, but they just couldn't seem to get hit. Jade Lancers got really good value. Triple Gold Chevron Boys did okay, but they mostly just had to hold. Peasant Longspearmen paid for themselves in spades across the board. They're so good. For the Ice Witch of Ice, she did okay. Patriarch did just fine as well. Wing Lancers struggled a little bit, but did okay. Armored Kossars did mixed. Kossars with spears. Actually, just Kossars. Just Kossars did okay, considering they're just Kossars. And the Dervishes did great. That was a GG. That was a GG. Okay. Oh no, Cyrus. Oh no. Rip. Rip, rip, rip. Okay, what does my brother want? Be the... Okay. And then I'll save this thing from Geese Howard while we wait, so I don't have to sit here forever. 20, 25, and then... Okay, saved. Big Bong Theorem. Thumbs up. What up, dude? How you doing? Cyrus sending me more anime stuff. That's good. That's good. That's nice. That's good. We're on to game 2. Random, making Random Nick sweat. Making him sweat, dude. Making him do the old sweatarinos. It's pretty good. Now my nose is itchy, and there's a cat on the ground. Cat! Why did you make my nose itchy? Why are your stupid hairs everywhere? Eh. He's been shedding for like 2 months straight because our weather has been so up and down. In March, we had a week that was around 60 or 70 degrees, and then most of April has been around or below freezing. And tomorrow it's supposed to be 50, the day after that 70, and then next week again it's supposed to be down in the 40s. So I think his little body is just like winter coat, spring coat, winter coat, spring coat, winter coat, spring coat. I have to untangle my headset. One sec. One sec. Also, Zep throwing the weeb title around, dude. You watched anime? Anime's great. Depends on what anime, but Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood's really good. Really good. One Punch Man's fucking great. Soul Eater was pretty good. It ended like shit, but it was pretty good. Dimension W. There's a lot of good animes out there, dude. Good shows. They're good shows. Ooh. Ooh. Now we have a puppy that wants some pets. 2 more games max, Hazel. Maybe even just 1. Then I'll come play with you. Yeah. 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 Silly puppy is silly. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She's a very silly puppy. Yes, yes, very silly puppy. Get in, little play pats on her face. You used to, but it's fun to mess with Cyrus. I don't think it's fun to mess with Cyrus. Cyrus is a meanie. He's a bully. Weird. Yeah. Slaanesh versus Cathay. We've seen Random Nix's build for this during this tournament. Wonder how Rinless will respond. I don't know if Rinless saw it because he might have been in the middle of his games with Spartan. Who's this puppy? Who's this puppy? Who is this? Chat, who is this puppy? Is it the Hazel? Or is it the Hazel Basil? Yes, it is. That's Stinky. That's Stinky. Oh boy. Tomorrow's a busy day. Every day's a busy day. Hazel, everything's busy. Everything's a busy day. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so busy. Oh, you're so stinky. Rinless is ready on Cathay. Random Nick's been sitting at the same build this entire time. So I think he's ready. It's Corn Doggo? Yeah, Corn Doggo's down here. Hey, Hazel, come here. Come here. Hey. 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 Who's this good puppy? Who's this good pup, huh? Huh? just go puppy. Yeah. Yeah. Your breath smells like stinky. Your breath smells like stinky. How's that? How's that, huh? Why are you so stinky? Why are you so stinky? We give you baths, we give you good food, and yet you still smell stinky. Why? Why? Why can't you smell nice? Why can't you smell like flowers? Why can't you smell like flowers, huh? 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 Who's Josh? Who's Josh? Alright. Hazel, we got a game to cast. We got a game to cast. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's exciting. Ooh, wow, that's exciting. Yeah, it is. Exciting for the little lady. Excited for the little lady. Okay, down you go. Where's Hazel's Khorne helmet? It would look great. I wish she had one, dude. Where's the in-game chat? I don't know. It's annoying to go to Discord every time. Hi, puppy. Ow. Ow. Getting pawed in the face. I need to check to make sure the blocker is down, pup. Okay, it is. So now I can cast the game with one hand. Okay. Random Nix, same build as before. Marauders with whips. Marauders normal. We have 3 Exalted Demonettes of Slaanesh. We have 2 Seeker Chariots. A Herald of Slaanesh of Shadows with Pit of Shades in the summon. And then 2 Cultists of Slaanesh, 1 with the summon, 1 just to be annoying. 4 Dr. Rinless MD. We have double cannon, a bunch of Jade Warriors in the front, a Peasant Long Spearman in the back. We have an Astromancer Madam Battery with Renan's Thunderbolt as the only spell. Dragon Blooded Shogunate of Yang with the Dragon Breath and the Jade Shield. 4 Jade Warrior Crossmen with shields, and 2 Peasant Horsemen. In-game chat got shot by Blue Fire of Tzeentch. Got deleted. It got deleted. It is true. Random Nix has yet to set up. Treats for the treat god, bone for the bone throne. Whoa! Whoa, there's a lot of Terracotta Sentinels here. Some are just half in the ground. Okay. Alright. Interesting. Don't know why they're there. And it got ran over by some war sleds for good measure. Alright. We are setting up now. Random Nix has deployed his army at last. Appears he went AFK for just a moment. And can Rinless close out what he started in Game 1 and take the game in Game 2? Or will Random Nix go 2-0 through the entire tournament? Randomly censors words because it thinks it's profanity. Yeah, I made a video about that Pious Skeleton. It was kind of funny. That, like, I couldn't name a lobby simple land battles because it had simp in it, but then you could name it all sorts of illicit things by just taking out one letter from the actual word. Cathay cannons fire again. Get a little bit of poke damage on some stuff. The Seeker Chariots are going wide over the hills. They won't be shot. And that's pretty good for them. That's the damage. That's the damage of the Dragon Breath spell. We love that spell. It's a good spell. On low armor units, like 15 armored Marauders of Slaanesh, big damage. So cannons are still poking in. So far they haven't shot at anything of consequence, but maybe they'll shoot at the Herald of Slaanesh of Shadows. Maybe, though she is juking pretty good. Looks like they're just going to fire at any clumps that form up. From the Demonettes outrunning the Marauders, catching up to them, that has made a bit of a clump over there that can be punished. Herald of Slaanesh of Shadows is just trying to be annoying. She's going to throw a quick Pit of Shades down on the Jade Crossman, but it looks like she's going to cancel it with a summon instead. Apparently decided that wasn't worth it. And the Chaos Furies will be here. 1 Exalted Demonette of Slaanesh is almost dead already. Looks like they probably got hit with a breath attack while I wasn't there. Pit of Shades is now cast, catching Random Nix's own Chaos Furies and just a little bit of the Jade Warrior Crossman. Peasant Horsemen are going to charge in as well, try to really knock down these Furies, lower their leadership so much that they'll just crumble away. And that is one summon and a Pit of Shades burned for some okay damage, but it doesn't look like anything's actually going to fall apart. Dragon-Blooded Shugenin Lord throws out yet another breath attack, predicting where the Marauders will be. I mean, it's not like it's rocket science, but still, good little cast prediction there. And one of the Exalted Demonettes of Slaanesh is going to crumble away to nothing. Another one's half health, another one's full health, but not at the fight. Secret Chariots are also full health, so this is the part where Slaanesh might start to come out to play a little bit. A Demonette Summon has appeared, probably going to shut down one of the cannons, and the Yang Lord is back in the sky. As soon as she gets Dragon Breath off of cooldown, probably going to want to hit one of these full health Marauder units. I wouldn't cast on the Demonettes. They're a summon. They'll go away on their own. They're already doing their job. You can't save these Peasant Horsemen or the Grand Cannons, especially not with Secret Chariots coming in. The Secret Chariots might be a big problem for the forces of Rinless. He needs to get these cannons trained onto them across the battlefield. Every game so far except Rinless versus X-Floof was 2-0. Yeah, I guess. I wasn't really paying attention to that. Big Pit of Shades, the Jade Warrior Crossmen with shields, and the Exalted Demonettes of Slaanesh do fight the Peasant Horsemen. Now, Cathay is very far ahead on the damage balance of power and the real balance of power. But, now that the Secret Chariots are here, maybe if they can get some effective Cycle Charge, they can shut down all the ranged and come back in this game. And they are catching up in the damage profile just a little bit. But are they too far behind is kind of always the question you're playing when you play against Cathay. Dragon-Blooded Shugi Lord is running around. Got 70 armor, decent melee stats, and flying, and very fast. Okay, I know now why they keep taking that fucking Lord. She is pretty good. And she's cheap. Slaanesh is rallying a little bit. This Cultist of Slaanesh is very low. Other Cultist is healthy, but surrounded by spears, so not going to be healthy for very much longer. There is a Grand Cannon still up online. It's trying to shoot at these chariots, but for some reason is just walking at them instead of shooting. I'm going to turn now. The Slaanesh third tier army ability is popped, giving everybody vigor and speed. See how much it matters. These cannons are having a hard time shooting. Looks like they're trying to, but they just can't see anything. And another Pit of Shade is going to catch 3 units. Never mind, Random Mix cancels it with a Fury Summon really quick. Then he goes back to casting this, not getting the Fury Summon off either. So a lot of canceling his own spells right now. Before the big Pit of Shades hits 3 different units, doing a lot of damage. Army losses is almost in for Slaanesh, though, and that's pretty bad. Quick little breath attack to kill more Marauders. The cat is back. Hello, cat. And Cathay could struggle to kill the single entities if Army Losses doesn't hit them, so I think Rinless is just trying to kill everything that's not a single entity and hope Army Losses takes care of the rest. Hello, Kitty. It's good to have you. The last summon of Chaos Furies comes out for Slaanesh. They're probably going to dive straight onto the cannons and shut them down. There's too many Cathay troops here, though. There's way too many Cathay troops left. The Jade Amulet is really good, too. Yeah, the Jade Amulet is really good, too. The Shugi Lord's just good. Probably a lot better than Miao Ying and Zhao Ming in almost every case, I would say. The more I watch them play, I'm just like, oh, why would I pay twice as much for a Dragon Lord? That's slower and honestly squishier in a lot of cases. There we go. Rinless will take it to 1-1. Yeah, cat hair, blah, all over, blah. Fucking cat. Not Rinless. Randmix's Lord got 1800 value. His cultists both got about 350, though one of them did have a summon you won't get to see the value for. Marauders did okay, but mostly got murdered. Exalted Demonettes got fucking slaughtered, and the Secret Chariots did well. The Secret Chariots actually did pretty well. The Yang Lord got 3000 value. Alright. Yeah, that's very good. Cannons did okay. Crossmen did overall okay. 1 did very well. 3 did okay. Jade Warriors did fine. Peasant Horsemen did okay. And Peasant Long Spearmen did well-ish, but it was mostly that Lord hard carrying. God damn. And we're going to game 3. And there's been a lot of Cathay today. Both sides have played it. Can't play it anymore. Game 3 Pog. I wish the Lord Magistrate buffs were AoE. Yeah, I like the Lord Magistrate. I take him sometimes. versus like ogres. The only problem is that the Shugi Lord is so good. Yeah, Ed, is the Shugi Lord too good? Is the Shugi Lord too good? Lord Caterchen, that's similar how I feel about Khorne Bloodletters, exalted or otherwise. I feel like they're so squishy that like they're just gonna get shot or something. Whereas Khorne Warriors, Chaos Warriors are just like so armored and shielded and shit. There, I adjusted the... Oh, the Mr. Oh, the little kitty cat thing. Look at this little kitty cat. Look at him. Oh, he's so good. Oh, he's such a good boy. Are you a good boy, little kitty? Are you a good boy? Yeah. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, get the chin scratches you love so much. Oh. This is a good kitty cat. He loves getting his chin scratched. He loves taking long naps in the day. Yeah. Hi. You want to bonk my nose? Boop. Random Nix is now hovering Ogre Kingdoms. Renless is still on Grand Cathay, so he's obviously still picking because he can't play it. Cat, you're shedding so much. Oh, you're on the desk. Oh, no. Oh, no. Who is this illustrious moo cow? Who is this illustrious moo cow? Curious what this matchup's going to end up being. Hey, can I reach past you for the mouse here, little buddy? How about that? Lord Magistrate has some AoE, the melee attack and something else. Yeah, but I mean, he's talking about like the buffs. I feel like Heartseekers would be a better choice than the Exalted Demoness since they're fast enough to get juked. To juke focused artillery. That's true. Kicking his heels and whining. No breath attack. Yeah, the Cathay Dragons don't have a breath attack. Oh, who's a good boy? It's right in front of the camera. It looks like we have Ogres versus Tzeentch. Itchy nose. You shed like a monster. You shed like a little monster. Eh. Oh, you good boy. Ed's just gonna cast the stream for us now. This is Ed's stream. I don't know how Ogres versus Tzeentch goes nowadays. I used to spam Chaos Knights in it. Some Blue Horrors. Spawn, Forsaken, the usual. And then Ogres would take like double Stonehorn or some Lead Belchers and just get fucking murdered. But we'll see how times have changed. No, don't knock the can over. Come on, bud. Look alive. Ogre Kingdoms are ready. Oh yeah, Random Nix played this before on stream. It's just been so long. But after I saw his build, I was like, oh yeah, he has played this. Hi, kitty. I need to see like right past where you are. Pretty soon here, like right about now. Can you move? Can you move your little body? Can you move your little body, please? This is the last game, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last game. Who will take it? Redless on Tzeentch or Random Nix on the Ogres? There's a kitty in my way. He's right on top of my mouse. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So we shrink that. I don't need the blocker anymore because it's gone. Alright, now I can cast with just the keyboard, so I don't need to bother the cat. And I can see over him, so we're fine. Alright, just the keyboard cast. Here we go. So, for random nicks, we saw this build before. It's a bunch of Gnoblars, a whole bunch of Iron Guts. Wait, are they Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists? Yes, Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists, Ogre Bulls with dual weapons, Ogre Bulls in general. Then we have a Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw, and we have double Stone Horns with Hunters on top of them. And a Gnoblar Scrap Launcher. Good for them. For Tzeentch, we have a Herald of Tzeentch, first one we've seen today. He has Blue Fire and Pink Flame, 5 Forsaken, 4 Chaos Spawn, and it looks like 5 Blue Horrors of Tzeentch as well. So, he's going to have to spam Blue Fire over and over again to snipe out the Ogre Lord, which he can do pretty effectively, and then run at the front line. So we'll see if the Forsaken and Spawn can beat all those Ogres over there. Based off the builds alone, I would favor random nicks, but we'll see.
Gather ingredients for me, and I will then cook this world's greatest feast.
Hi, Kitty. You're really not helping with this whole thing. Herald of Tzeentch is moving in. It looks like the Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw is standing in the woods to avoid getting blue fired as hard. That's fine. My cat is up on the desk trying to boop Ed. Good, boop him. Boop him in his little snoot. He deserves it. Little snoot boop. Little snoot boop. Tzeentch gonna move up nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race. It got very confused and Ed got shrunk. No, Ed got shrunk. Herald of Tzeentch is gonna start poking the Gnoblar Scrap Launcher already. There's got to be a blue fire coming. I just don't know where it's going. Ow, hits the Gnoblar Scrap Launcher. These Hunters are doing a good amount of work on that Herald of Tzeentch, though. He's going to want to be careful. He might want to get out of there. He's not really loving his life at the moment. He finds the Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw. He's going to hover over him. Maybe throw some blue fires down. Not super sure. Meanwhile, the front lines will collide, and that Hunter is about to go wild, because I don't know if Spawn of Tzeentch really do that much damage to him. We're going to find out as they surround him. They don't have great armor piercing. I think they just have high weapon strength. I think. Something's being cast in the middle there. It looks like it's a buff spell for the Ogres. Toothcracker, more armor and missile resist to resist some of the blue fire of Tzeentch getting cast in. Now that Hunter that's closest to us is not having a great time. Fighting all these things, but he does have a bunch of Ogre buddies that are going to be doing just fine helping him. Ogres are pulling ahead on the damage balance of power. I would tend to agree. A quick blue fire cast comes in, hits the Slaughtermaster, doesn't do that much damage to him in all honesty. And, yeah. It's looking a little tough. Already Tzeentch is getting his Bolt of Change off. Pokes some Ogres, doesn't do a whole lot of damage to them. And the Forsaken and Spawn are having a pretty bad time. Herald of Tzeentch needs to be getting a lot more done with his blue fire. He's going to have to hope that they just do more damage so he can kill that Slaughtermaster and rout him off. But we're losing some pink horrors already. We're losing some Forsaken pretty soon here. That was a much better blue fire. It really hit all of its things onto the Slaughtermaster. He gets really close to breaking for just a second, but he does manage to rally. Some of the Ogre Bulls are starting to rout off the map as they lose a little bit too much health and just lose that leadership. And the Slaughtermaster is already routing, which is very good for Tzeentch. He's surrounded by Chaos Spawn at the moment, and there's still the Herald right above him just sniping him down. And as long as he's routing, he can't heal himself, so he's going to be in big trouble. And if you can kill him, maybe you can leadership shock down the entire Ogre's army enough to really get this going in your favor. Tzeentch now pulls ahead on the balance of power. They're just slightly behind in the damage value, as Ogres are routing all over, but Tzeentch doesn't have any Knights or anything to chase this stuff down, so it is going to come back whenever it feels like it. Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw is getting poked down, little by little. I think one more blue fire cast directly over his head will kill him, so we'll see if that comes in. The Hunters, one of the Hunters is very low, the other Hunter's full health, but without their Slaughtermaster, again, there's no healing for them either, so they're not very happy. I think this is going to be the blue fire that ends it. It's coming. It's coming. The Hunters are trying to kill this guy. Blue fire comes in, hits him, doesn't kill him, and the Hunters are actually very close to killing the Herald. He might want to go into melee down there just to hide from them, but ooh, there are some rallying Ogres. that are going to keep him from going into melee. So now this Hunter with the big spears are just keeping him honest. As this Herald desperately tries to kill the Slaughtermaster, he really needs to get that job done. Knoblar Scrap Launcher is stuck in melee combat. Ogres are once again ahead on the balance of power. A lot of things are crumbling. Ogres are rallying on the far side. And the Ogre's Lord is dead. The Herald of Tzeentch is close behind. The Ogre's Lord is dead. A lot of routing comes in as soon as he does, including one of the Hunters. Now, this is another fucking close game. This is a close series overall. That Hunter is really trying to take out that Herald of Tzeentch, and I'm kind of shocked he isn't getting outrun more. Hunters aren't that fast, are they? 66 to, like, 95 speed. I'm shocked he hasn't been gaining more ground on this. Now, that full HP Hunter that's chasing around the Herald of Tzeentch, that is a lot of the Ogre's balance of power left that's not in this fight. You can see almost everything is routing besides him. And that could be pretty bad if the Tzeentchian units are allowed to refocus up, get some of their shields back, do things like that. And the Hunter is going to be coming back. Now, what's hard for Rinless is he can't take an angle of attack until he knows exactly where that Hunter is going, because he doesn't want to get sniped out of the air. He's doing okay. Forsaken Spawn trade well into value into any Ogre melee combination of similar value. Haven't found a single exception. Forsaken Spawn will even outgrind 2 Iron Guts straight up. I've heard from 2 people this matchup favors a different side, so it's interesting. Yes. Counter Iron Guts animations are bugged at the moment. They struggle to hit any infantry. Yes. Anyway. Tzeentch is now ahead on the damage value and on the balance power a little bit. Ogres are starting to rally somewhat on the edges of this fight. We have a lot of Spawn, though. Spawn are quite tricky to deal with because they're unbreakable. There are some Forsaken. Some of them are doing okay. Some of them are so injured that they're just going to break at the first sign of trouble. And Randonix is keeping this Hunter on the same side of the battlefield as the Herald of Tzeentch so that the Herald of Tzeentch can't really get involved. Maybe he wants to just start spamming blue fires from a distance onto that Hunter. Stay out of range and just spam the blue fires. Let your shield take the overcast damage for you. Maybe you want to do that. He should not get back into range of that Hunter. He should not get back into range of that Hunter. There we go. He's going to run away. Good. There's the blue fire. The overcast goes through the shield even, and it's going to start making him crumble. Oh, no. Oh, no. And the Lord of Tzeentch is dead. Now, thankfully for Tzeentch, at this point, he's so far ahead. Do not rub the microphone, little kitty cat. You are so obsessed with attention today. Holy shit. Okay, all right, good for you. Yeah, the Tzeentch is so far ahead on value that their Lord dying will not seem to matter, as it does look like Rinless is going to be able to take this one, but we don't know for sure yet. They're chasing off a Hunter. He has routed twice now. Stop rubbing the microphone with your little cat body. Stop it! Hey, I even moved it away from you. Stop doing that. So. Yes. Oh, who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Don't you touch the microphone. So that Hunter that is running, if he runs one more time, he's just going to shatter. Noblar's all over, very close to routing yet again. We have one Ogre Bulls with Iron Fist that is going to stand and fight for just a moment, but there's so many Chaos Spawn, you think they're going to die almost immediately. It's pretty much down to this one Hunter versus the entire Tzeentchian army. Hi, little kitty. Hi, yes. That wasn't very cash money over in this. It's true. I thought his shield would eat more damage, but I forgot that the shields scale with your current health, so his current health was so low, his shield was also tiny. So it couldn't even eat the overcast. Fucking rest in peace. Spawn in a very healthy Forsaken unit are chasing off some Ogres. They're not going to be able to keep up with that Hunter, though, so I maybe disagree with them going over there. But we'll see. This Hunter is stuck. He's taking a lot of damage for his effort. Currently surrounded by Chaos Spawn and stuff. And I think Rinless is going to do the upset. Ed, what's your opinion on the current multiplayer balance? He thinks the Saber Tusks are too weak because they're kitties. Okay. Itchy nose. Balance of power shifts, and Randomnix will be defeated at last by Rinless in a very close and contested. All 3 games were super close, and quite nicely done by both players today. Clearly showing they are the cream of the crops. You didn't get wrecked, sir. Those were the closest games. Any of those 3 games was the closest game of today. And there was 3 back-to-back. It was very good. It was very good. Poor Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw. He got Lord sniped by Tzeentch. It was a GG. It was well played. Proud of both of you. You did great. Cyrus, what do you want? Oh, Cyrus wants a dog. Good for you, Cyrus. Alrighty. Good job, everybody. Good job, everybody. You did great. May want to upload this series. I already did. It's part of this. It's right here. It's this. It's this series. It was uploaded as a part of this stream. Thank you all for sticking around today. Renless will be our winner of today. I will send him 10 whole schmeckles. Plus, I'll have to go back and do all the points for the Vermin League through this winning run of people. So yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Wait a minute. If Renless beats me 2-1 in Grand Finals, then beats Random Nicks 2-1 in Grand Finals, then Random Nicks is still a lot better than me. Yeah, that checks out. No. You're just as good. And I'm sure if you ever play Random Nicks, it'll be a very close series, and you won't get just fucking dumpstered like I did. Come explain yourself. For what? Okay. In a separate video, duh. I don't want to do that. No. No. Because I didn't, like, save the replays or anything. I would just upload a part of my stream. That seems silly. That seems silly. Okay. I am leaving, though. Good job, everybody. Good games today.